Morning.
We are in that he must go down.
Welcome to the channel, guys. Like and share. Never want late. So I'm off camera. I'm off camera.
It could be more because Jamaica. When I look and I see that the police, when the police officer, our police officers, you guys were supposed to
Morning.
Favor Williams yesterday, no cycle. Don't want to tell any lie. No police officers now listen to me this morning. I need to know what was the outcome of that meeting. Because Favor said she was going to have a sit down with the rank and file of the Jamaica Police Federation. Remember they said they want their money and
no, you mean answer you. It's not answering you.
Until
that's a
Wednesday,
directive.
Which was yesterday. So
that's why you need to turn off that because there has to be an echo and it will revert from my side as well.
What was the outcome of the meeting yesterday, Wednesday? And the police
understand what am I saying wrong?
Can anyone
no, you can't tell me that. I'm going to tell you something right.
The meeting.
But you still do it.
I don't know. I'm not accuse them.
I understand, man.
That's why I ask.
I understand this, man.
The labor rights them come over here.
I'm not correct for my life. I'm going to take correction. I don't understand the argument.
Ask if Favor did
understand that the argument
yesterday as promised.
That's so like something different.
God's mouthpiece say it look like it never gonna keep. Durval say it no keep. Oh. So why is it that Favor told us that she will be meeting with the police Wednesday, the 7th, which was yesterday?
Alright, so
on a final matter concerning the people them salary. In Favor, why is it that this Jamaica Labour Party continue to use the people of this country?
My God.
Make us see if I can pull it up because yes.
I'm waiting on the People's National Party press conference to start. It start already? Okay. It actually start already. I want us up my while ago. Want to J. Brian live. Man, they kick off J. Brian off and live to that joke this. I'm gonna just take off that. The press conference ought to start anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna just take off Marky G off my screen. Plug in this. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the PNP press conference about to start. I am here for about the PNP press conference. As you can see, the title is a part of it right there. I am not sure what just happened to J. Brian's live. I am not entirely sure what took place there. Please remember to hit the like button, share the live, don't keep it to yourself. It's very important for the channel that you do that, you know, liking and sharing the video. Thanks in advance to all the ambassadors on the platform. Shout out to all the shout out to all the ambassadors. Big shout out to all my moderators as well. This press conference is warranted. It's absolutely necessary. that it happens, because the situation with Andrew Whaetley it's on another level. I think he's the first. I think he's the first member of parliament to be charged for illicit enrichment, or be recommended to be charged for illicit enrichment. We shall be watching the, what's her name, the DPP, very, very closely in how she responds where this is concerned, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, we have to watch her very, very closely. You understand? So let me just check and see if Dre Bryan live come back. Let me just check and see real quick. Alright, so okay, everything is muted. Live stream. Man, them kick off Dre Bryan and come back still. Dre Bryan come back still. What's up, good people on YouTube? Blessings. Oh, my Bluetooth is off. Okay.
The end. I don't know what happened to the signal. Please just be patient.
There may have some other streamers experience the same thing. So I guess we just have to wait until then figure it out. But until then, Jamaica, let me just give them some time until them sort out this press thing. But you know, when you're live, you can't really stall. You have to know how to chip in and move on until them figure it out. Jamaica, as I was saying, no one the police officer them to tell me whether or not Faval send a formal response to them, because that was what she promised. That was what she promised, that Wednesday a formal offer will be sent to the police concerning. We will begin at midday due to a technical issue. Alright? So I'm getting it from the PNP headquarters. I just got a WhatsApp that they will begin the live at 12 noon. They're having some technical. Anyway, we understand. We understand. So let us just brace for 12 noon, 7 minutes from now. So we all can just wait until 12 noon for that. Because not even midday news now go hot like this a press conference. So you know, make no sense to the left and go now, we're going to listen to nothing else. Yes, so we are still 7 minutes now go kill we. 7 minutes now go kill we are still right here, so till 12 o'clock when the press conference begin. Jamaica, I don't know how the police officers them are going to manage, but it's not a good look when Faval hide the police officers for over a year, and now when she sit down and really sit with them, she go around and come around and can them out. Police officers, I don't know what I'm going to do, you know, but it's not a good look. Next, moving on the agenda. Come here, Colin. Mayor Colin Gager. I don't know if you guys saw Colin Gager disrespectful requests asking the business community and Jamaican community to build him a new municipal office. Tell me if they're a labor right and I have no shame, they don't have no. What a disgraceful mayor. Where the Trelawny people them there? Colin Gager. Me want to ask the mayor, look how expensive that the Falmouth cruise ship pier. You know how expensive that pier is each time there is a call to that pier. Meaning each time a ship come into that harbor. You know, say that ship have to pay an average $9,000 just to park up and dock. Trelawny Parish have a Labour right MP to the north and a Labour right MP to the south. And you are a part of South Trelawny, where the 4 councillors are Labour right and the member of Parliament is a Labour right, and you for the entire parish is a Labour right, and you are walk a big business community and Jamaican people money for build back a brand new municipal corporation in Trelawny. So let me ask you something, Colin. Your MP, Miss Marissa Dalrymple Philibert, want to fear our constituency office in a South Trelawny because they tell me that she pack up and lock up the office for Uno. Why make the Labour right them so worthless and dark and fool in a Trelawny? Imagine Dalrymple shut down our constituency office in a South Trelawny and move it down at Falmouth. Another constituency belonging to Tova Hamilton, and she shut down for her constituency from South Trelawny and set up office in a North Trelawny in Falmouth. So that her people have been left from them constituency coming to another constituency just to see her and get some assistance. And that the people vote for. Nadine? And that you vote for Labour rights?
My God.
The mayor is sitting at 2 capacity, you know. He is the mayor for Trelawny and he is also the councillor for the Warsaw division. Dalrymple move her office from South Trelawny, Ghana Falmouth, away from her own people who put her in office, to which Colin is one of her councillors. I want to ask, what the hell Colin had do with the municipal money? And what Desmond give him? What me not understand if them are no shame, no shame pan Tova Hamilton, shame pan Dalrymple, and shame pan the entire municipal corporation of Trelawny. You want to tell me so you have 2 MP for the entire parish and how much councillors? And you can come together and ask Desmond to start out the municipal corporation. Person to see the whole place and then catch up in a Falmouth. What make them a people that careless and worthless so in the Labour Party? But just look at the man. I mean, telling you already see a sweet potato so they don't really knock him too tough because he's a part of the community. But good God Almighty, Colin Gager, you feel do better, you know? You must do better. South Trelawny people, I don't know if you're not used to nothing good. But people tell me, say, when you left from South Trelawny and come and North Trelawny up at Falmouth, you know, want to go back home, you know. Because me, it's the only time when you get little light, and when you come from North Trelawny up at Falmouth, you get little, I don't want to disrespect nobody, you know. But South Trelawny people are full time now, you wake up and smell the coffee because the entire country are move and left Uno. And you realize that Dalrymple is not there in the bush, South Trelawny with Uno. She's out and about in Falmouth while Uno stuck back in time. Colin Gager, why is it that you're begging Jamaicans and the business community of Falmouth to put you in a brand new municipal corporation?
And
what Desmond Mackenzie used the money do? And what Uno use the Falmouth Municipal Corporation money to do? Uno no have no shame. When you see the sitting councillor, the mayor, and the 2 sitting members of Parliament, Tova Hamilton and Marissa Dalrymple, cannot lend any form of assistance. It tells you what the people of Trelawny have voted for. What a disgrace. What a shame and disgrace. But anyway, Jamaica,
we no come fit tarry pan them, you know, because we have the hot topic them, you know, and judgment I got pitch when me touch all North Central, St. Catherine MP, Andrew Whaetley, you know, because Jamaica people, me just want to kill some more time till the press conference starts, you know, because the labor rights shall have no name peace on the internet this morning, you know. Come here, the member for Southeast St. Anne, Lord Jesus, Dr. Kenneth Russell. Dr. Kenneth Russell spoke yesterday and contributed to the sectoral debate. What a wonderful presentation. The man highlights so much that is happening in rural constituencies. So much he would have highlighted. The labor right them, hear me about labor right, the library them are disappear in a rural Jamaica, which is true. You hardly see nobody a go no library anymore, go sit down and read no book. The market them is in a mess. And what I observed that is taking place Jamaica is the constant absence of the House Speaker. Very disrespectful. Very. Yesterday when I watched the Parliament, that's why I'm telling you, you know, God not sleep, you know. And God sits high, but he's looking down very low. So sometimes when you realize on the nasty, dirty ways, God not see. He might be way up in the sky beyond the blue. But he's looking down, and he's looking down very low on many this morning, starting with the government. Jamaica, Uno watched the Parliament yesterday and realized how the Parliament full. All Andrew in attendance, you know. Juliet only sit down in the chair. All because what? They came to show support to Nestor Morgan, because he was the one that opened the debate yesterday. And them sit down and them attentively and them beat them desk.
Yep.
Yeah? And when it was time for the opposition response, Dr. Kenneth Russell, the government benches them empty.
No lies are told.
Two of them left over there. Desmond Mackenzie and I think Floyd Green. Even Juliet Holness get up. Thank you, Derval. Even Juliet Holness get up out of the chair and put Hira up there. It is a disrespect. And I want to know if I saw the Jamaican people are going to just sit back and send these. Imagine you all are paying these people millions of dollars, you know. And that's all them do. I go to Parliament, go sign their name in one book, to collect the money and then them disappear. Yeah. Only the opposition, me see, I go to Parliament, go sit down from start to finish. It was an absolute disgrace. And every week them come to Parliament, them do the same thing. Yep. Sign them name and gone back at them yard just to collect the money. Yep. And I witnessed it over and over. Yesterday was a disgrace in Garden House. All of them turn up to hear Nestor Morgan speak. And the opposition was there in attendance. Morning, and they sat and listened attentively. Welcome. But when it was the opposition turn, Dr. Kenneth Russell, only the opposition remained to give him support. Yes. It is tasteless.
Yeah, man, them not no class, man.
Tasteless and tacky. And they need to stop it. They need to stop it.
Them not have no class.
When last you see the Western St. Thomas MP, James Robertson, when last you see James Robertson in the Parliament and these persons are collecting taxpayers' money? Eh?
All them do a come vote.
It is an absolute shame. And when I hear Dr. Kenneth Russell yesterday highlight some things will take place under this Andrew Holness government, he made reference to the Social Development Commission, SDC. The chairman that heads the SDC is a Jamaica Labour Party candidate that lost. The executive director of the SDC is a losing Jamaica Labour Party candidate. You hear them there's something there? The parish manager is also a losing Jamaica Labour Party candidate. And them are people, I don't know, undercover activists for the Labour Party, you know, they all contested and lost the elections. And so all we need to know this morning in terms of their qualification is that they lost an election. So the question is this their reward to reward them for participating in the election by giving them big job? We don't know, so we have to ask the question, and because we don't want to speculate, we have to keep asking. It is an absolute shame. I wanted to listen to the member for Southeast St. Anne, Dr. Kenneth Russell, on what he had to say in that sectoral debate yesterday. Listen this.
So we are very concerned about a very disconcerting pattern emerging at the SBC. We see a number of former JLP candidates who lost in the elections appointed to senior roles in the SBC. What do I mean? The chairman is a losing JLP candidate. The executive director is a losing JLP candidate. The parish manager of the KSA is a losing JLP candidate. These are not undercover activists.
Emotional damage. Just a second, my moderator summoned me that the conference start. So let me just head back over there and chime in. Give me a second there, people. Thank you, Juna. Thank you, Trems.
Why me not hear it?
Against Dr. Whaetley. I want to reiterate, reinforce, and to stand by the call made by the opposition leader for the opposition leader, the Jamaicans. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Jamaicans. Let me first apologize for our delayed start. We had some technical issues that we had to resolve. My name is Julian Robinson, Member of Parliament for South East St. Andrew and Opposition Spokesman on Finance. To my left is the Opposition Leader, Mark Goldin, and to my right is Senator Cleveland Tomlinson. This press conference has been convened to address the report of the Integrity Commission into issues related to Member of Parliament Andrew Whaetley and the recommendation of the Director of Corruption Prosecution for 4 criminal charges to be laid against Dr. Whaetley. I want to reiterate, reinforce, and to stand by the call made by the opposition leader for Andrew Whaetley to be removed from the Cabinet of Jamaica with immediate effect. This is the first time that we have had a public official, and certainly a member of Parliament, who has been recommended for charges for illicit enrichment, a very serious allegation and charge. But beyond the charges, I want to take you through the responses of Dr. Whaetley to the Integrity Commission. And it is important to know that this investigation started from 2021, 5 years ago. And if you look at the chronology, many opportunities were provided for Dr. Whaetley to respond to the questions, the queries of the Integrity Commission to provide clarification on the issues that arose. So we have had an investigation for over 5 years. I would say due process was provided to Dr. Whaetley over this period of time. And beyond the allegations, I want to look at the issue of his own credibility in the responses that he has provided to the Integrity Commission, because it goes to the heart of public trust. And I believe, based on the responses he has provided, he has lost public trust and credibility. And just on that
emotional damage.
Let me take one of the findings from the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission asked Dr. Whaetley to provide information about the sale of his medical practice, Western Medical Center, for $13 million in 2013, which was paid through intermittent cash payments. Dr. Whaetley named the buyer, but he produced no receipts. What? The Integrity Commission independently established that the individual who was named as the buyer had been involuntarily removed from Jamaica, whether by deportation or extradition, 3 years before the transaction was allegedly to have taken place. Let me just repeat that. Dr. Whaetley said to the Integrity Commission that his medical practice was sold to an individual. He couldn't provide records. When the Integrity Commission did its own research, the name of the person he provided had been removed from Jamaica, either by deportation or extradition, 3 years before the transaction was alleged to have taken place. So that explanation was not just unsubstantiated. It was impossible. It could not have taken place. And the Integrity Commission rejected that. Let's take another issue that arose from the report. An investment scheme. Dr. Whaetley told the Commission he earned returns from a high-yield investment scheme called U-Win Antigua between 2007 and 2010. The Integrity Commission could find no evidence that this scheme existed. There were no records. But more importantly, the explanation or the records were not in Dr. Whaetley's own statutory declarations for the entire period. And he only raised this in 2024 when part of the investigation into illicit enrichment. So there is again an issue of credibility. Dr. Whaetley represents to the Commission one thing, and then on investigation, it is found that it is totally opposite. The third issue, Dr. Whaetley had indicated to the Commission that he had received rental income of approximately $143 million. Naturally, the Integrity Commission asked for the names of those tenants, receipts, etc. Dr. Whaetley said that those persons were protected under the Data Protection Act, and as such, he could not provide that information. When he was pressed further, while he was able to provide some names and some substantiation, he could not substantiate the entire amount of $143 million, which he claimed came from rental income. The fourth issue relates to commercial loans, that 5 Bank of Nova Scotia loans were taken out in Dr. Whaetley's name, spanning over the period 2013 to 2021. But these were never ever declared in his statutory declarations. His explanation was that these commercial loans were related to a joint venture with a business partner and didn't involve personal finances. But that was rejected by the Integrity Commission, because once a loan is taken out in your personal name, you are required to declare that to the Integrity Commission. Right. So again, a very clear and I would say deliberate omission. The fifth issue relates to his ownership of lands in East Kirkland Heights, which were subdivided into 20 strata lots. 14 of those were sold over a 4-year period. None of this was reflected in his statutory declarations of 2013, 2014, 2015, or 2016. 6 of the lots were transferred to him solely. It wasn't until 2017 that any reference to a subdivision appeared at all. The Commission obtained the full picture through information from the National Land Agency, independent of the information that would have been provided by Dr. Whaetley. Again, this is not just a matter of an oversight. These are sales from assets that he would have had, which he would have been required to declare to the Integrity Commission, which were not done. Wow. The sixth issue is that when you look at the totality of the chronology of the events related to the investigation into Dr. Whaetley from 2021 to 2026, there is a pattern. There's a pattern of information that is not readily provided. There's a pattern of information that is provided which cannot be substantiated. My God. And there's really a pattern of evasion. My God. Now, anyone who operates like this, whose own credibility cannot stand the test of scrutiny, should not be a member of a cabinet. No. And so, in closing, we are reiterating our call for Dr. Whaetley to be removed immediately from the cabinet. I find it ironic. He was removed in 2018 after allegations of corruption, nepotism, and cronyism related to him as Minister of Energy. For some reason, he remained out of the cabinet for 7 years. Now, I don't know whether he told the Prime Minister when he was being reappointed that he was the subject of an Integrity Commission investigation into illicit enrichment. But one wonders, why would he have been reappointed if he would have known that he was the subject of an investigation? And the question has to arise. I mean, we know he's not alone.
Okay.
We know there are at least, from my count, 8 or 9 others, members of parliament. We don't know whether they are cabinet ministers or not, who are also the subject of investigation by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment. We call for those persons to declare themselves and hold up their hands. Because we can't have the executive of the country dominated by people who are under investigation for serious criminal corruption. Corruption meaning having illicit enrichment means you have assets that you cannot account for based on your lawful income. The country has to draw a line in the sand. And the PMP is resolute. And we will continue to hold this government accountable and ensure that persons with that kind of track record don't have the opportunity to exercise decisions over this population. I'm going to stop here and turn to my colleague Cleveland, who will take us through some of the findings of the Integrity Commission related to the finances that were exposed. Cleveland.
Thank you, Julian. Good afternoon to the members of the media and Jamaicans watching online. The offense of illicit enrichment was enacted in domestic law in 2001, pursuant to Jamaica acceding to the Inter-American Convention Against Corruption. Article 9 of that convention requires that states that accede to the convention should recognize in its domestic law the act of illicit enrichment, which is treated as an act of corruption. Illicit enrichment, in essence, speaks to the enjoyment of a particular degree of wealth that cannot be justified, that cannot be traced back to, that cannot be linked or referenced to one's lawful legal source of income. The Integrity Commission, having conducted its extensive and thorough investigation, concluded that Member of Parliament, Dr. Andrew Whaetley, is in breach of the Corruption Prevention Act, in particular, the offense of illicit enrichment. How did it arrive at this conclusion? According to the Integrity Commission, between 2013 and 2022, Dr. Whaetley, his total known lawful income amounted to approximately $187 million. His total expenditure and assets acquired over that period, over the same period, amounted to approximately $352 million. That's a shortfall of $164 million. So how you arrive at illicit enrichment, the determination of illicit enrichment, a formula, a simple mathematical formula is incorporated. Let's assume that your wealth over a period of time amounts to $20. The assets that you have acquired, the expenditure that you have made was $20. But your income over that specified period was $10. So you deduct your income of $10 from your expenditure or your wealth of $20, which would leave a difference of $10. That $10 cannot be explained by your lawful income, which means that that $10 is treated as illicit enrichment. In the case of Dr. Whaetley, it was not $10, it was $164 million. So $164 million of his wealth could not be explained by his lawful income. And that is why the Integrity Commission concluded that this amounts to illicit enrichment. Make no mistake, the Integrity Commission provided numerous opportunities for Dr. Whaetley to explain the source of this wealth. I read the chronology, I read the report in its entirety. There were several opportunities for him to appear before the Integrity Commission in the presence of his counsel to explain and justify his source of income. So he cannot provide an explanation that he did not have the opportunity to respond. The Integrity Commission was very extensive in the opportunities that it provided him. The findings are more serious than just the $164 million of his wealth that could not be explained by his lawful income. There were bank deposits that also could not be explained. According to the Integrity Commission's report, total deposits across his 4 personal accounts for the relevant period amounted to approximately $595 million. After accounting for transfers, interest, and deposits that carried a satisfactory explanation, the Integrity Commission was satisfied with the explanation provided for that. Approximately $168 million remain unexplained. In essence, deposits to his 4 bank accounts amounted to $168 million that could not be explained. Where have we seen this before? We have seen it when the Integrity Commission produced its report into the financial conduct of the Prime Minister and his personal financial affairs, where we saw that there were deposits to the tune of millions of Jamaican dollars that could not.
Emotional damage
that is emerging in this situation with Dr. Andrew Whaetley.
I said it last night.
There are also vehicle sales that could not be properly substantiated. Dr. Whaetley claimed $29 million from the sale of vehicles. The Director of Investigation was able to independently verify the sale of only 4 of the 6 vehicles claimed. No documentary evidence of sale prices was produced for any of them. That is problematic, and this contributed to the conclusion from the Integrity Commission that something was not right with the conduct of his financial affairs. Let's also look at rental income. Dr. Whaetley reported approximately $143 million in rental income over the period. When he was formally requested to provide the tenants' names, the lease agreements, and bank deposits evidence, he initially refused. Now, if you are on a mission to clear your name, I don't understand why it would be difficult for you to produce the information necessary to act as evidence in your defense. So he initially refused, citing the Data Protection Act. And the Director of Investigation determined that argument had no legal basis whatsoever under the Integrity Commission Act. Only a portion of the rental income was ultimately substantiated. So the remainder was excluded from the calculations. And that acted in his favor, understand that. But beyond that, there were undeclared loans, commercial loans. There were loans from Bank of Nova Scotia that amounted to over 50 million Jamaican dollars that was not declared in his statutory declarations. That is a breach of the Integrity Commission Act that requires for you to completely and accurately disclose all assets and liabilities and income. And a loan is a liability. You owe it. You're supposed to pay it back. And he did not disclose that. And when I calculated the amount, it was over $50 million. I don't know how you can forget that you owe over $50 million. You know, that's unheard of. So the Integrity Commission found that to be very problematic. There was also the acquisition of land, the East Kirkland Heights development. Dr. Whaetley co-purchased land at East Kirkland Heights in 2011. The land was subdivided into 20 strata lots in 2013. 14 of those lots were sold between 2014 and 2018. None of those transactions, or not one of those transactions, appeared in his statutory declarations. The Integrity Commission requires that you include disposal and acquisition of assets in your statutory declaration. He excluded that, and this contributed to the conclusion that he omitted information required from his statutory declarations. There were 6 remaining lots that were transferred to him solely as purported gift from this joint venture. So what the Integrity Commission identified is that, according to him, he did not invest any capital in the acquisition of this land that was subsequently developed into strata lots. But then he received 6 lots as gift, and that sounds highly irregular. And in the absence of evidence to substantiate his claim, the Integrity Commission dismissed his explanation.
What?
You know, in closing, I want to say that the methodology that was utilized by the Integrity Commission in arriving at illicit enrichment is robust. It's not only utilized in the Jamaican jurisdiction, it's utilized across the world. And it's a simple and easy formula to utilize, and that it resulted in a significant amount, $164 million,
Come on, man.
being unexplained by his lawful earnings, is serious accusation.
Come on.
And I repeat the call from your position that with this hovering him, he has no place in the cabinet of Jamaica. The office of cabinet, the public office, exceeds any individual and must be treated with the appropriate dignity and respect that he deserves. He should step aside forthwith. Embarrassing.
He needs some milk.
Thank you. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you, members of the media, for being here, and those who are watching online. Greetings. My two parliamentary colleagues have gone into some of the details of the Integrity Commission report concerning MP Andrew Whaetley, who is a minister of government. As a result of that extensive investigation done by the Integrity Commission, the Director of Corruption Prosecutions has made a decision that Dr. Whaetley should be charged with 4 offenses. The most egregious of those offenses is the corruption offense of illicit enrichment, which is part of our law, was brought into our law under the Corruption Prevention Act to give effect to our international obligations as signatories to anti-corruption treaties, which are global. It is absolutely untenable for the Cabinet of Jamaica to have a sitting minister who has been recommended to be charged with the corruption offense of illicit enrichment. That brings Jamaica's name into disrepute, both here and abroad.
Of course.
Furthermore, there are 2 serious charges relating to making false declarations, which is also a serious offense under the Integrity Commission Act and its predecessor, the Parliamentary and Integrity of Members Act. That prior to 18 was the law which required MPs and senators to file annual declarations. And it's important to note that what the Integrity Commission is saying is that the falsehoods in the declaration submitted by Dr. Whaetley arose both under the law prior to 2018, the Parliamentary Members Integrity Act, and the law that's existed since 2018, which is the Integrity Commission Act. So there is a long-standing pattern of these declarations not giving the true picture of the members' state of affairs. A statutory declaration is a comprehensive document. It requires you to disclose all your assets, personal or business, all your liabilities, personal or business, and all your income.
Personal or business.
Dr. Whaetley, manifestly, according to the report, didn't comply with those obligations, hence the recommendation that he be charged. And there is a 4th offense relating to failure to supply information required by the Commission, which is also a serious offense. So I am reiterating my call on Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of this country, to take the necessary steps to ensure that Dr. Whaetley is immediately removed from the Cabinet of Jamaica. It is true that Dr. Holness himself remains under a cloud because his declarations were the subject of a detailed report, and the findings were sent to the FID over a year ago for them to investigate further because information that the Integrity Commission had asked for had not been provided, which was necessary for them to conclude their work. That remains in abeyance. That Her Holiness took the Integrity Commission to court, seeking to challenge the constitutionality of that legislation, the Integrity Commission Act itself, which was passed by his government, and also the offense of illicit enrichment, which is in the Corruption Prevention Act, and which is an important part of our anti-corruption architecture. This is the context in which we're operating in this country in terms of governance, and it cannot be worsened by having somebody who's under the cloud of a criminal charge pending for serious matters like this being allowed to remain in the cabinet of the country, which is the body in charge of the executive government of Jamaica. So we have called for this, and we hope that all well-thinking Jamaicans and all organizations that have an interest in national development and the good governance of the country will put some pressure on the government so that the right thing can be done.
Call them out, Mark Golding. Call them out.
We don't know the outcome of any prosecution. That's not for us to determine. The point is, whatever Dr. Whaetley may be saying in his defense is really irrelevant at this point.
Facts.
The investigation is concluded, a decision has been made, he is to be prosecuted for these matters, he must step back. He cannot remain part of the government of Jamaica. There are two other matters I wish to raise with you today. The first of those two relates to this matter of the third country nationals who are going to be coming to Jamaica pursuant to an MOU that we were told in Parliament yesterday by the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, was signed by him, I believe, on behalf of the government of Jamaica last week, Thursday. Now, this is a matter which is of great concern to many Jamaicans.
Of course.
The U.S. courts have the lawfulness of these arrangements in their sights currently. There's a case decided by a federal judge in Massachusetts which said that these third country arrangements are not lawful under U.S. law. The government of the United States is appealing that to their Supreme Court. That matter is not yet resolved. But we are nevertheless embarking upon an arrangement, notwithstanding the fact that the lawfulness of that arrangement in the jurisdiction of the other country that we're signing to is itself very uncertain.
Come on.
But there's another matter which I think cannot be overlooked. The Gleaner has reported that they received a copy of a diplomatic note from the United States government to the Jamaican government indicating that this arrangement was first proposed by a member of the government of Jamaica, Audrey Marks, MP, and that she raised it in March, I think it was, at the security conference that was held in Florida, hosted by the US government at the time. In Parliament yesterday, Dr. Chang was asked the question, how did this arrangement come into existence? And he said that it was initiated by the US government. Now, the two positions can't both be true.
No.
And I think there is a basis for this matter to be referred to the Privileges Committee of Parliament so that the question of whether the Minister of National Security lied to Parliament yesterday can be looked into and investigated.
Wow.
And
Embarrassing. We need some milk.
For that to be done.
My God.
Because we cannot have a situation where ministers of government in Parliament on their feet answering questions about matters of state are not being
honest,
scrupulously truthful to the public in Parliament. The last issue I wanted to address today relates to the squabble that took place during the proceedings of Parliament yesterday, and which have been covered by at least one media house and I believe in social media, alleging that or saying that the Prime Minister was calling a member on our side a bully and so on. Now, for those of us who were in Parliament and who witnessed this, it's quite clear that the squabble began when the Prime Minister told that member to shut up.
Twice.
When the member responded and said, "What did you say?" He repeated it and told him to shut up. This was in the context of the member speaking to the question of Hansard being asked to verify what had been said previously in the same proceedings, which was the subject of a dispute. It is those two unparliamentary statements by the Prime Minister which led to that squabble.
What a disgrace!
And ultimately resulted in him calling the other member bully, etc. And that is how, unfortunately, the reporting of it has not been balanced or accurate. And I really think that it was unseemly for the Prime Minister of the country to descend into a squabble of that nature, which he really initiated by calling the member, telling the member twice to shut up. And the Prime Minister ought to apologize to the Parliament for having effectively kicked off the series of engagements between the two of them, which led to a protracted and unseemly squabble in Parliament yesterday, ultimately resulting in the Speaker having to suspend the sitting for a period of time to allow tempers to cool. And I'm saying that this morning because I don't think it's fair or balanced the way in which it's been covered, and the Prime Minister ought to do the right thing and apologize for his role in it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, we'll take questions. Just identify yourself and the media house. Al, go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to know, I'd like to know basically in referring to Dr. Whaetley, what was the period in which his earnings were assessed? What was his gross earnings? And you said that it was 167 outstanding, or the illicit enrichment 67 million. Just basically, could you break down basically what year and what period was it? What was the investigation for? And just do the math through that. And secondly, referring to the rental income, the 143 million, is it a case that he couldn't account for all the revenue or he generated from letting, or was it a case that there was some outstanding because some people, particularly, no disrespect, some of the younger people, they owe the money on the rent and they leave and all the rest of it, you can't trace them. I'm just trying to drill down a little bit more on the numbers.
All right, well, Al, I think you need to read the report,
Yes.
But let me say, on the second issue,
yes.
it was he reported 143 million in rental income.
Yeah.
He was then asked to substantiate it, meaning tell us the name of the tenant, receipts, etc. His initial response was he's not providing the information because that is protected under the Data Protection Act. The Integrity Commission said, no, it is not protected. He subsequently provided some information, but could not substantiate the entire 143 million, which he had indicated came from rental income. I mean, I'll ask Cleveland to go through some of the details, but I mean, the report is fairly extensive, outlining the period under review, that it examined his statutory deductions, and this certainly, its own investigation would have commenced in 2021. Mm-hmm. So it's been a 5-year-old investigation, which Dr. Whaetley would have had multiple opportunities. And again, it's important, look at the chronology where they outline when they send an invitation for him to come in with your counsel, etc., etc. They provide that in detail. So there is due process in the Integrity Commission's own process. But I'll allow Cleveland to
just before Cleveland
responds, it's important to understand the nature of the offense of illicit enrichment.
Yes.
You declare assets of a certain value. The question is, well, how did you acquire those assets? If your declared income, lawful income, doesn't support those assets, it can't explain how you acquired those assets, the obligation is then on you to show how you acquired them lawfully. Exactly. And he has obviously failed to do so, which is why he's being recommended to be charged for that offense. Mm-hmm. So initially, he had said rental income was one of the explanations. He couldn't adequately substantiate that, and so on. If you want to get into the nitty-gritty of when it all happened and the detailed items, the thing to do is to really look at the report, which is quite extensive. Yeah. And it's publicly available.
Just before Cleveland drills down, just before you drill down, one of the things I would like to ask you all is, we're in an era now, and particularly as far as Jamaica is concerned, looking into governance issues and so forth. Are you not a little bit perturbed by the fact that other entities are not coming to the fore yet and looking at this and questioning and asking the questions that you're asking? I name in particular the churches, PSOJ, JCC,
of course,
all of them. There's been nothing mentioned. It's just been an echo chamber.
Let me say,
100%.
The report was tabled yesterday at 4:00. So, I mean, I don't want to be critical of entities at this point in time. We're less than 24 hours, but I certainly...
We're in the digital age now.
I know, but I saw on social media, all I would say, I saw on social media the executive director for JFJ calling for his removal from the cabinet, and I think I heard a news radio clip of the executive director of NIA indicating that these were very serious allegations. So I wouldn't say nobody has said anything, but we're less than 24 hours after the report has been tabled. So I'm hoping that, well-minded Jamaicans who believe in democracy, who believe in accountability and transparency, will add their voices to this very serious issue.
I will add something that I think should be highlighted, which acted in the favor of Dr. Whaetley throughout the investigation. When the Integrity Commission asked him to produce a schedule of his expenditure over the period of assets, the period that was used in determining illicit enrichment was from 2013 to 2022, to answer your question more directly, Al. When the Integrity Commission asked him to produce a schedule of his expenditure to help to determine whether he had assets and whether he expended funds that could not be determined by his lawful income, he indicated to the Integrity Commission that he was unable to accurately recall his expenditure. Notwithstanding that response, the Integrity Commission was able to utilize his bank statements that would reveal some expenditure made. But what you should realize is that it is very probable and very likely that there was expenditure made that was not reported or captured through bank statements. So which means that the expenditure figure that the Integrity Commission used in its formula could be very much less or lower than the actual expenditure figure. And the Integrity Commission outlined that, which acted in the favor of Dr. Andrew Whaetley.
Good afternoon.
Jamila, you have a question?
Jamila from TVJ. The investigation took several years to complete. Do you believe that agencies, for example, like the TAJ, we see the gaps outlined, for example, when companies are earning and they're filing nil tax returns? Do you believe, does the opposition believe that the TAJ doesn't have the capacity to investigate or to really raise an alarm initially, so we don't see a report, for example, taking something like this 5 years later? And more specifically, it came out in the Prime Minister's case as well. And two, the contents of the report are very concerning, as you mentioned before. I asked a few press conferences ago, has any opposition member of parliament indicated to the opposition leader that they are being investigated for illicit enrichment? And if I could just squeeze in one more,
Well, let me just answer those two, otherwise I might forget. The first one concerning tax investigations. Everybody who earns income is supposed to file a return. Many people don't file returns, especially if they don't have any source of income other than their salary and the taxes withheld by their employer in the PAYE system. Furthermore, you don't know what investigations or audits the tax department is undertaking, because that's not a matter that's made public. So you could find, for example, that there are investigations of persons by the tax authorities which we're just not privy to. So I don't think we can really comment on that. I think one of the things that was said was that Dr. Whaetley hadn't filed personal income tax returns. I don't know for what period, but that again is concerning for somebody who's obviously involved in so many business activities, separate and apart from whatever salary he's earning as an MP or as a minister. Your second question is to do with, yes, I have asked our parliamentarians the question as to whether any of them are under investigation for illicit enrichment. The background of that was the fact that the Integrity Commission had said through its representative in Parliament, because they attend the committee meetings for the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee, had said that anybody who was under investigation for illicit enrichment would know about it, because they would have been approached by the Integrity Commission to provide information to support the assets that they have declared. And I individually asked each of our MPs and senators that question at a time when the annual reports of the Integrity Commission had shown that at first it was 6 persons who are under investigation for illicit enrichment. Then a subsequent report, that number had increased to 8. Yeah, I'm not even sure what the latest report will show. But the answer was across the board, none of our MPs or senators said to me they are under investigation for illicit enrichment. And they knew I was asking them this question for the reason that I was going to have to respond to the public as to how our situation on our side. Some of them may have had questions asked about their declarations, probably most, because the nature of how the process works with the Integrity Commission when you file is that they will ask you for additional questions for anything that they see that they're not clear on, or that you haven't provided a piece of paper to support, or if there is an error in terms of your number versus what's in the paper. It's a process before they complete their work. So that was neither here nor there. But the question of being under investigation, which is a different department within the Integrity Commission from the one that deals with the normal run-of-the-mill process of reviewing declarations. None of our members, to the best of my knowledge, are under investigation.
Yeah. And I have one more on TCNs, that's the third country nationals. Dr. Chang at post-cabinet press briefing, he was being asked several questions from journalists, and I think that was a day after the news broke. And, a question was asked about why is it that Jamaica has sought, or Jamaican government rather, has sought to accept this or agree to this arrangement. And the question was asked, he said that Jamaica was simply helping out an ally in accepting the request. And the question was raised about what is the country receiving in return? What is the benefit of this? And I know many Jamaicans are also asking, and he said it wasn't a relevant question because in bilateral agreements, it's not a sort of a quid pro quo situation. I'm asking the opposition, what do you make of this response? And in the years of, diplomacy, is a response, is a request like this unusual? And is an acceptance of the request, seem like the country is being pressured in to accept the TCNs?
Well, it clearly was a relevant question. So for him to have said otherwise was very peculiar.
Yeah, very.
Bilateral agreements typically have obligations on both sides. and there is typically a benefit to be derived from both sides, from whatever that may be. Not always, because it may just be, for example, the donation of aid after a hurricane, which is really a one-way flow of a benefit to a country that's in desperate need. But for something like this, you would have expected that Jamaica would have some benefit from taking all these non-Jamaicans, processing them here, becoming responsible for them here, taking the risks inherent in having them here, and having to deal with them if they don't leave. So we're exposing ourselves to a significant amount of exposure by taking these people here, and risks. So, one would expect there to be some benefit flowing in the other direction. So I don't think it was an irrelevant question for the media to have asked him. He has not provided any clear response to say what, if any, that benefit is. His position is the US is a good ally. We accept that. They're a long-standing friend of Jamaica. That's true as well. We accept that. They made this request. I don't doubt that they did. Well, put it this way. We know that the Secretary of State had indicated publicly that this was an arrangement that the US was pursuing in a number of countries, and so it's obviously their policy to seek it. In our case, it seems to have been initiated by us. And the question arises, if there's no benefit flowing to Jamaica from this, why were we initiating it?
Exactly.
And in fact, the diplomatic note says that the number of 10,000 people was raised in that initial exploratory foray by Minister Marks at the conference in Florida in March.
Wow.
So that number, of course, has been subsequently disputed heavily by Minister Chang, and he's saying, it's 25 at a time every 2 weeks, and then if any of them stay beyond 30 days and that becomes more than 10, the arrangement can be paused. Not that it must be paused, but can be paused, and so on. That's what the government is saying now. But at the time when it was first broached, according to the diplomatic note, I haven't seen it, but it's been reported by the Gleaner, that wasn't the arrangement at all. It was a discussion of a much bigger number. And the question arises, why was Jamaica reaching out for such an arrangement if there's no benefit to us from doing so? So it's a relevant question, and the government hasn't answered it.
Makes no sense.
Karen Martin, Jamaica Gleaner. I'm not sure who wants to take this. I have two. One about the Minister Whaetley. You have said since yesterday, the opposition have said since yesterday that you're calling for him to resign. How do we escalate that pressure if he does not resign? And is there a timeline for him to resign?
Yeah, well, we have called for him to be removed from the cabinet. He can either resign or he can be dismissed. The Prime Minister has that power right away to do it. And no doubt is considering what to do. We are told close friends and so on, but that's neither here nor there. In the scheme of things, what really matters is Jamaica's reputation, our image, internationally and locally, and upholding the rule of law and decency in public life. The Prime Minister has a responsibility to lead in that regard and cannot continue to embrace somebody in his cabinet who has these serious charges
100%.
pending against him.
100%.
So I am hoping that others will see the need for the status quo to change. If we want Jamaica to become a stronger society, to attract more investment from sources that are reputable and who we would like to do business with, and so on, we can't allow our state of affairs in government to degenerate in a serious way like this. And to have somebody in the cabinet with these charges over them, that would be a serious blot on our country, and I think would be unprecedented to the best of my knowledge. When in our situation, if we have somebody who's a candidate or something and there's an issue like that and there's a pending charge, they can't run. That's the rule we have. And
Let them know, Mark Bolo, we're different. Let them know, my general.
Yes.
Let them know we are not the same.
Timeline.
Well, how we escalate it is by reaching out to other organizations in the society with whom we have regular dialogue and saying to them, are you going to take a position on this? Sometimes people are remarkably distracted from public affairs. You know, they operate in their own silos of life. They're focused on business or they're focused on spiritual matters or whatever it is. And it takes a little time for them to digest a situation like this. They don't live it and breathe it in the way that somebody who's active in politics does.
Sure.
So it's part of our role is to bring it to the attention of these groups and ask for them to express solidarity with what is a very important principle. And that's what we will be doing.
And is there a timeline?
No, there can't be a timeline. You know, we will continue to agitate for it until we get an outcome which we think is the best for Jamaica.
Thank you. I just wanted,
Yeah, I think something must be highlighted here. If you look at the chronology in the report, it said that on January 29, 2024, meeting conducted with Dr. Andrew Whaetley and his attorney at law was served with an illicit enrichment notice in respect of which he was required to provide an explanation to the commission. So he knew that he was under investigation for illicit enrichment as at January 29, 2024. That was prior to him being added to the cabinet in 2025. Two questions arise from that. Did the Prime Minister know when he was appointing him as Minister without portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister in September 2025 that he was under investigation for illicit enrichment? Did he hide that information from the Prime Minister? If he hid that information from the Prime Minister, it's more reason for the Prime Minister to remove him from the cabinet now. If he shared that information with the Prime Minister, why did the Prime Minister appoint him, notwithstanding that knowledge? The Prime Minister has an obligation to not only dismiss him, but to tell the public if he knew that he was under investigation.
Okay, thanks. I have another one on the TCM. And I'm framing my question with against the background of the volatility, for a political situation, because one of the questions that I've heard since the whole issue came to light, of course, broken by my colleagues, is this is similar or has similarities to Dr. Peter Phillips' own quote-unquote secret MOU. How would you respond to people who say, the PNP has gone down this road of secret MOUs before?
The existence of MOUs, bilateral MOUs between countries is not new. They can cover a wide array of subject matter. The ones you're referring to relate to national security. And I think the ones that were entered into back then, when Dr. Phillips was Minister of National Security, related to the sharing of information for persons who were who were suspects for serious criminal activities and facilitated joint intelligence sharing and so on. So that existed then. It probably still exists now. And is part of the way in which states protect themselves from organized crime and so on. So, we're not denying that MOUs relating to security have existed in the past. Yes, they have, and they still exist, I'm fairly sure about. Nothing like this exists, though, where you're taking persons who have no connection with Jamaica and you're receiving them because another country doesn't want to have them.
That's right.
That other country has the right and indeed the power to address the situation in the normal way, which is under the immigration laws and international obligations of the country. In this instance, what is being sought is to bring Jamaica and other countries into the affairs of another country, essentially by saying, please take these people from us and you deal with them. That's unprecedented. We've never had an MOU dealing with that. We've never had an arrangement like that. You may recall that the British government, under the Conservatives, had tried to do something similar, where they were going to send asylum seekers to Rwanda. And that went to the highest court in the United Kingdom, was held to be unlawful. And as I've said already, this third country arrangement is under judicial scrutiny in the US as we speak, and that matter is unresolved. And in fact, to the best of my knowledge, the only ruling of the federal court that exists now is a ruling saying that it's unlawful and that is being appealed. So this is an unprecedented situation, a very peculiar situation, and it's where we find ourselves at the current time. Yeah.
Any other questions? Yeah? Okay.
Thank you. There's a question from the Observer for Opposition Leader Golding. They're asking you to comment on the apparent practice of the government to remove ministers after controversy arises, only to sneak them back into government sometime later.
Watch
I think that each case has to be assessed on its own merits.
Yes.
You know, there are situations where somebody who holds a ministerial position, whether in cabinet or a junior minister, and who may do something which wasn't quite right, and which, because we're trying to set a standard of good behavior and proper governance, cannot just be ignored. On the other hand, the level of violation in that particular instance may not be so egregious as to warrant the permanent exclusion of that person from their career as a public figure.
Right.
And in that instance, I don't think there should be any permanent barring of somebody. Right. On the other hand, there are some things which are so serious or sufficiently serious that that person really should not be a public figure any longer, should not be responsible for any aspect of the affairs of the nation, should not be representing people in Parliament, or should not be certainly part of the government of the country, privy to the state secrets that come to cabinet, and exercising executive authority in a portfolio affecting the lives and interests of the Jamaican people. There's a spectrum that we're talking about. Each case will be somewhere on that spectrum. And I would say that we have to look at it in that way. There have been instances where people have spent some time out of grass, so to speak, not in any governmental position, and have come back and have served well. And you know, we celebrate the second chances in appropriate cases. None of us is perfect. On the other hand, we've had many cases under this government where persons who have a portfolio responsibility do something which is egregious, is a subject of very adverse public comment and pressure, and they're brought into the naughty corner at OPM and given a continuing salary to operate within the office of the Prime Minister for a period of time. That's not a practice that we would encourage. We don't think that that serves the purpose of holding people accountable for their wrongdoing.
Okay. Oh, Al again? Okay, go ahead.
I've got quite a few actually, but I'll bowl a couple right now at you. One, do you think this Whaetley situation will intensify the spotlight on NARA, given that we're now talking about governance compliance and so forth, one? And secondly, do you think the arrangement with third parties coming in, do you think that could lead to a case of imported crime at a time when crime numbers are going down? One can recall the situation back in the 80s where the US, we saw a surge in crime, particularly in the Miami area when people came in there. What are your thoughts?
Well, let me say, I mean, we don't necessarily know the nature of the individuals who are coming here.
Precisely.
Right, so that possibility exists. And neither do we know when they get here whether they will have the opportunity to be employed gainfully. You know, I think the government had said their living expenses are going to be covered by, I believe, some UN-related body. IMO or something like that. But we don't know how long they're going to be here. And obviously, people who get moved from where they are in the US here, it is a risk. It is a risk. We don't know. It's right now it's open-ended because it could be people who are involved in criminal activity. It could be people who have just overstayed their time. We don't know at this stage.
But isn't it a case that these people coming in, no offense intended, but would be seen as undesirables coming into Jamaica?
I think the challenge you're going to have is that Jamaicans are going to be looking on, particularly those Jamaicans in the western part of the country who are still living under blue roofs, those Jamaicans who are still living in cars. There are Jamaicans who live in difficult circumstances, and then they're going to wonder when they see persons being brought here, being probably housed in conditions that may be better than them. But there's also the issue of what may appear to be a double standard in terms of how persons are being treated, who, for example, Haiti is a very volatile country, crime is high, people run the risk of being killed there. There are people who jump on boats and come here and they're sent back the following day. Why are they treated that way? You know, we our neighbor Cuba, we sent home people who were professionals who were providing medical services. So, you know, Jamaicans will look on and say, why are one set of people treated one way, but another set of people are treated differently? And again, I think within the context of a country that has come out of its worst hurricane 7 months later, with so many people displaced, legitimately people will wonder why we are taking these people. And as has been asked before, what benefit the country gets from it? And we can't get an answer on that.
Thank you. We have an online question.
Oh, whether it will have, Sean, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, we continue, the opposition leader has nominated somebody. Our concerns were really not addressed by the government in terms of any amendments to the legislation. We will continue to hold the government accountable. NARA is a powerful body with oversight over billions of dollars, and we will continue to hold the government accountable.
I would say that just this morning, I received a strong complaint from a leading businessman in the country about the new policy relating to cement imports into Jamaica, where cement import licenses have been granted to various players, including a large quota for a non-Jamaican company, and it was not through any transparent process. That was his complaint, that he wasn't aware that there was any opportunity to apply. This hearing, and you know, he's in a relevant business that would have had an interest if it was open to persons to apply to be allocated a quota. Nothing like that happened. And he said, if this is how NARA is going to operate, dog nyam with supper. You know, so already I think the private sector are concerned about aspects of the same type of issues, not identical issues, but the same broad issues that we were raising around the lack of accountability and transparency that's inherent in the NARA structure. NARA has a flawed governance structure, deeply flawed, and we remain very strongly opposed to its current structure. And we hope others will, even late in the day, join on the call for it to be amended. Having said that, it is reality, it exists, and it's going to have a huge impact on Jamaica's economy and economic fortunes in years to come. And that is why I appointed someone to the JAMROC, which is this ad hoc committee established. It has no legal status. It's not even clear to me how it's going to receive information from NARA, because NARA has secrecy provisions in it which prevent the sharing of information unless the law specifically allows it to be shared. And because JAMROC is a non-legal construct, there's no law authorizing it to be shared with them. So that immediately creates an issue, which I don't know how they'll resolve that. But that's the rule, that's the oversight mechanism that the government has put in place, and I appointed someone who is an experienced and well-qualified civil engineer to represent the opposition on the JAMROC committee, with a mandate to operate with as much transparency and ensure accountability as rigorously as possible.
Okay, we have an online question from Siobhan at Nationwide. Can you unmute, please, and go ahead?
No, tell me must come to our press conference.
And the opposition leader has requested that you actually be present the next time around physically.
Next time, don't send a request at 11 o'clock in the night. But, Mr. Golding, a quick question. I've had the opportunity to speak with Dr. Whaetley's lawyer yesterday, Abe Dabdoob, and he suggested that he intends to call for the intervention of the DPP in this matter and for a full forensic audit of the Integrity Commission's report. I want your reaction to that. And do you, under those circumstances, have any concern about the way that report and the information contained in was carried out by the Integrity Commission? And further, on the matter of the TCN, I just want a clear position from the opposition as to would you support such an agreement between the United States and Jamaica, or are you against it? I just want a clear position from the opposition on that matter.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Report of the Integrity Commission. There's nothing in it that I have seen that suggests anything other than temperance, patience, but thoroughness in how they approached that investigation. It was going on for many years. Dr. Whaetley was given many opportunities to substantiate the issues which he failed to substantiate. Mr. Dabdoob is his lawyer, and it's his job to represent him as best he can. I don't, that doesn't mean a lot to me as a lawyer. I expect that is what I mean. But the facts are what the facts are. The investigation is complete. Certain findings have been made. Dr. Whaetley has been recommended for prosecution. The charges are serious, and he must step down. If proceedings are brought or initiatives started which result in a change to that situation, then the situation may warrant further adjustment. But as it stands now, and as it will stand for a while, I'm fairly confident he should not be in the cabinet of the country. On the, what was the other thing? The TCN? All I can say is I'm very uncomfortable with the idea of entering into an arrangement like this, where the legal aspects of it are unsettled. And I would have personally would have been inclined to certainly await the ruling of the Supreme Court on it before going any further. It is a fact that the U.S. are a close ally of ours and have been very helpful to us in many ways, including after Hurricane Melissa. And if they have a serious problem and they're asking for our assistance, I wouldn't likely ignore that or reject that. But I would be very concerned about the risks that Jamaica is assuming from doing it. And some of those have been discussed already today. The possibility of persons coming here that the screening doesn't actually completely thoroughly cover whatever risks they may present to the Jamaican public and so on. So, I don't want to definitively say, because I don't know when a government is dealing with a situation, they are privy to information that we, opposition, simply don't know. The public doesn't know either. And, I'm mindful of that. But I would say that certainly while the legalities of the situation remain unclear, I would have been reluctant to commit Jamaica to that. And I have serious misgivings about the legality of it, given how other jurisdictions where this matter has been addressed at the highest level judicially have found it not to be something which is lawful. So that alone gives me a reason to be cautious in how to proceed.
And just one more, if you'll allow me, in relation to Dr. Whaetley. Under the circumstances, you called for him to step away from the cabinet. But under the nature of the allegations against him and the fact that this will be going most likely to court, do you believe that it impairs his ability as a member of parliament as well?
Of course.
It's a very different situation. A member of parliament has been elected, and unless the constitution is violated by the person having a criminal offense of a certain categorization, the person remains eligible to be in parliament. So I don't think there's a legal basis for saying that Dr. Whaetley should resign as MP because of the fact that he's facing these criminal charges. On the other hand, the voters who voted for him may not have been aware that this investigation was hanging over him. And many of them may feel uncomfortable being represented by somebody who is facing those criminal charges. So he has a decision to make on that. We don't have recall in our constitution, and I think this perhaps reinforces the need for recall provisions, which is something that I have been advocating for and should be part of the constitutional reform arrangements, so that citizens who have reason to want to change their mind about who represents them have an opportunity to do so without having to wait for the end of the current 5-year electoral cycle.
Absolutely brilliant.
Just going back to the numbers again, Dr. Whaetley may have been a little bit reticent about being forthcoming with the information, but I'm just trying to drill down on numbers again. So it appears to me that it's a 9-year period. Was the total earnings or the figure somewhere you said about 500 million?
Deposits.
Yeah, let me just repeat some of the key figures for you there.
Yes.
The period that was under investigation was from 2013 to 2022. His lawful income over that period amounted to $187 million. His expenditure, which is his expenditure and application, when you look at the source of income and application analysis, his expenditure and application amounted to $352 million over that period. And if you deduct the expenditure and application, if you deduct the lawful income from the expenditure and application, then you have a deficit of 164 million, or a difference of 164 million that could not be explained. That is what constitutes illicit enrichment. So he needs to explain that 164 million. The figure with respect to the 500 and over 500 million that flowed through his bank account, 595 million. Of that amount, 168 was not supported by an explanation of its source, where it came from.
Did he say, Robert, he had any investment?
Which is consistent with the $164 million that could not be explained. Yeah.
Did he say he had any sort of like investments in equities, bonds,
I'm sorry,
instruments?
I didn't hear it. Come again?
Yes. Did he indicate whether he had any investments in equities, bonds, fixed income, his investments?
Yes, it did take into account. After all of that, $164 million could not be explained.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you responding to our invitation. Thank you. I'll need to read the report.
Hey, Marky G, brilliant team, man. I tell you, say, hey, I'm proud of the leader, so till Jamaica, oh my God. Listen how the man tempered in how him answer the question, them ladies and gentlemen. One Marky G. Now, in this presentation, ladies, oh, please remember to like and share the video. In this presentation, ladies and gentlemen, a few things stood out to me. One, you remember when Mark Golding talked about the meeting with Audrey Marks. So the argument by the Gleaner that a member of parliament was the one that initiated the talks and the conversation with the United States about bringing these TCNs to Jamaica. You know, I saw a picture of one of the back of the class labor right there. What's your name? Whenever I get voting, we turn one of the people who left from PMP and gone over JLP. I don't remember what's your name. Right? She said, put up one tweet. Let me find it. Let me find the tweet, ladies and gentlemen. I'm save it on my phone, you know. I'm going to share it and show you. Alright, see it ya? Venetia Phillips. May I show you something? Mighty God, what an embarrassment. Venetia Phillips, why embarrass yourself like this, miss? Why you do it? Why you do it? No, now attack the media. At least that's how you MO. You been attack the media. Been attack the media. Let me take off that brother here. And use that picture there, right? They are showing up on the screens, in. Oh wow. That's what happens when they edit pictures. When they put up other pictures, they don't come up 100%. So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is a tweet, right? I believe this is a tweet. So this is on X. Anyway, so Venetia Phillips put up, Gleaner, you owe Jamaica an apology. You cannot continue to be so irresponsible. Kiss me teeth. Dr. Chang just answered your misinformation and flat out lie with about 1, 2, 3, 4. You didn't call us something there. Curious what's up, my baby? Blessings to the people. Ways, how you doing, my darling? Happy birthday. I know sister I celebrate. And I think I had reposted your video. But happy birthday, beautiful. Big up yourself. You understand? Keep rocking, keep shining, my darling. What Gemini like my mother? Gemini them out, you know. Mighty God. But anyway, as you can see on the screen here, ladies and gentlemen, she called him a liar. No, Venetia Phillips. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. Kimon, you are better than this. Don't defend this kind of thing, my girl. And Kimon reposted it and said, I stand by every word in my story. Please rest. So you know, Kimon Francis know what she's saying. For a fact that it is a government official from the Jamaica Labour Party that initiated that particular situation with the United States. What a damn shame. What a damn shame, ladies and gentlemen. And we don't stand to benefit. We don't stand to benefit Mary Lizzie, Selvanev, calligraphy. We don't stand to benefit at all from this particular situation. Oh, we want to come up? Birthday girl. Happy birthday. What's up, baby?
Thank you so much.
Yes, darling.
I came on your live to say the same thing that you're just saying a while ago. This woman needs to come out and explain to the Jamaican people if it was us who made the initiative, yeah, and was she told to make the initiative, and who told her to do it? Because I'm sure she's the ambassador, so she wouldn't have done that on her own. Yeah.
Say that again. Repeat that again.
At the time, she's the ambassador.
Right.
So she wouldn't have done that on her own. So she needs to come and explain to the Jamaican people who told her to do that. And I'm doing some research, and I'm getting to find out this proposal was sent from in March.
Yes.
Not just now, it's in March.
That's what Mark Golden said. That's what he said at the press conference. Yeah.
I just made a flyer, and I'm gonna post it.
Send it to me. You have my number, right?
No, I don't have it, but I was gonna send it to you on the TikTok. But yeah, listen, we need answers. Yeah, we need some answers. Something is off here.
Right. Definitely. I mean, one of the things that struck me about this is what Mark Golden brought up. It's actually in the courts in the United States. They're not, as it stands right now, they have deemed it illegal. So that's the final ruling, and they're going to appeal it. So why would we take on something as a country that the country that we're taking it from has deemed it illegal in their country? That's very irresponsible of the government.
But what I'm getting to find out as well, there are other countries in the Caribbean who has done this. They've taken in other people as well. Right?
Yes.
Because it seems like this agreement that they have made to do this. It's not just Jamaica, all over.
Right.
Doing it, right? But particular Jamaica, I was under the impression that the United States approached us to do this. Yeah?
Yes.
The conversation is a totally different conversation now that we have found out the whistleblower.
Right.
The information coming out of the embassy is totally different than what Orange Chan is dumbing down on.
Yes.
And saying something else. They're lying.
Yes, somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. And it's not the first time with this government. 1 minute Andrew Jones said people are being tracked, and then Dana Morris Dixon said nobody was being tracked. Hi, Monica. You understand? So, you know, it's these people cannot be trusted.
I need I'm saying this. We need the journalists. Yeah? We need them to step on this government's neck. We need them to dig up listen, man. You guys need to do your job. Don't back down.
I think some of them are, because what I'm looking at right now, Kimon Francis was pretty much attacked by Venetia Williams on Twitter, it appears. And she said flat out, I stand by every word in my story. Please go away.
She's the lady that I saw in the press conference when she asked the question. She said, by the way, the gleaner did not say, is that the lady, the same lady? She said she was telling her that it wasn't the gleaner who reported that the 10,000.
Yeah, I believe she was at the press conference with Horace Sharp.
Yeah, and she stated that this information came from the U.S. Embassy.
Right, exactly. Right. So the United States always throw them under the bus, you know. Yeah, USA always throw them under the bus because they're gonna
Yeah, something right. Because like I said, the former ambassador, what's her name? Marks.
Audrey Marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that owns Paymaster.
I saw her in Parliament yesterday, and she was gritting up her teeth when the whole bangarang was going on. I knew something was off with her.
Yeah, she's the one that owns Paymaster, and that in itself is a conflict of interest now that she's the full outright owner of it. And there seems to be some they don't seem to be, there are plans for a digital transformation, and it's alleged that that company would be the one that a lot of those transactions would go through. So being an MP, and it's just a whole ball of corruption and nepotism and cronyism. Capitalist. I'm telling you.
So then now we can talk about the one Whaetley him now.
Yes.
Me did surprised, when Andrew put him back in a parliament.
I wasn't following the politics personally, but I was, based off what I heard, I was like, wait a minute, how is this man back in parliament? What? How did we get here? Marissa Dalrymple, same. I was shocked about that as well. George Wright. It's a pattern, It's a pattern. This man just put back. Floyd Green should not be in parliament. Floyd Green said, show a labor right, no movement day. And all other people got charged. He never got charged by the DPP. Thank God that DPP is gone. Right? But it's a pattern with the government. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
But the more details are coming out, especially in this press conference that I just listened to a while ago, it is absolutely shocking. Because Andrew Whaetley got a lot of time to explain what Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson is that they literally was babying him, giving him all the opportunity to prove to them how he made his money. And at one point he had blocked them, trying to block them, citing some type of guys, it says that you guys are watching and you're not saying anything, and you're not liking and sharing. So please like and share the video. Thank you. But he cited some law, some privacy thing, something in the Constitution. And they flat out told him that when it comes to the Integrity Commission and your position in government, it doesn't apply. It doesn't apply. But there was an attempt. You understand? And that is...
Sorry for cutting you.
No, man, you're good.
Nationwide had his lawyer on something that they post, Nationwide post with his lawyer trying to explain Whaetley's actions and all this nonsense.
Listen, his lawyer will say anything. It is his duty to defend his client all when his client wrong. We no business what the lawyer want to say. We really don't care. The report is factual. So based off the facts of the report, it's going to be very interesting to see how Andrew Whaetley is going to twist and contort his way through this. And we have to watch the DPP, because if she does not do what the DPP is supposed to do, Jamaica needs to rise up. Jamaica needs to rise up. All right? This is, you're talking about 9 years, you know. In 2 instances, this man could not explain how he made his money between those periods. You understand? And it was separate periods, like a 4-year period and a 5-year period. It's not acceptable for him to still be in Parliament. You understand? And you can't tell us that you are actually about you know, good governance and being transparent and still have him.
Yeah, the things that what bothers me is the Prime Minister. He's very much, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I feel like he's very much aware of these things. He knows.
No, it is understood, to your point, that Andrew Whaetley is a very close friend of Andrew. Honest.
But he is.
So how could he not know that he was being investigated for illicit enrichment?
Because him also investigated for you too. The two of them are criminals.
Mighty God.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
No, sir. Wiz I beat them bad. Ryan Campbell, salute, my brother. Salute. Where you say, moms? Who that? No, I'm not listening to anything. What you mean? No, man, me there talk to somebody on TikTok, man. But them are hear and I hear me at the same time. Yeah. But, you know, what is that? We are in an impossible situation with this government, ladies and gentlemen. And the culture, the people, what is important to you? You know, I was looking at a video. There was this guy say, him no business with Andrew Holness, where people want to say about Andrew Holness and how the country hard and whatever. Alvaro, big up. And how the country hard. The man say, you must get your affairs together economically. I want to say, and he's not, I don't know why he used Andrew Holness as a reference, but it was an advert because I guess he's some type of trader or something. Let me say this, do your trading, do what you want to do. Everybody is not going to trade, and everybody not going to get involved in stuff like that, all right? The fact of the matter is, government officials have a responsibility. They're getting paid massive amounts of money, you understand, to create an atmosphere for persons in their country to do better. The better persons do in the country, the better it is for the entire country. So the more persons they can help and give opportunity, that is their job. All right? And if you see corruption eroding the possibilities of that, it is your duty as a patriot. You say you choose Jamaica, or if you're going to choose Jamaica, you have to make sure that you hold these individuals accountable for these egregious corruption. We can't accept them and just move on as if, you know, hey, listen, it's nothing. No. It cannot work. Andrew Whaetley's situation cannot be accepted by well-thinking Jamaicans. There's no way. Excuse me. There's no way we can accept that. The man have to resign, Bridget. And we have to continue the calls for him to resign. Another thing that Mark Golding mentioned a while ago, which was very interesting, is a businessman calling him, telling him that this new cement deal, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm not surprised though. This new cement deal, the man is complaining that, you know, it appears as if some outside, not outside, but somebody got the deal for this new cement deal, and you know, he was not given an opportunity to vie for that deal. So you know, procurement, and now this again now appears to be off the face of it, given all this government's track record, you know, to be corruption again, nepotism, right? And the businessman is saying that if this is how Nara is going to go, it's going to be a problem. But this is how Nara is going to go. And mark my words.
Trust me. Andrew did a call Bolo yesterday in the Parliament.
No, that's another story. I'm glad you brought that up. So Mark Golding spoke about that as well in length in the press conference. So how it went down, Andrew Onis called almost the Dayton Campbell a bully. No, he said shut up. And then Dayton Campbell said, according to Mark Golding account and the PMP, because it's not the first time I'm hearing it, Nikisha Burchell said the same thing. He said, shut up again. That is unparliamentary conduct. So now that sparked everything we see with all the knives, because Dr. Dayton Campbell not take no disrespect. You feel me I deal with? But Andrew carry feelings for a long time now. From in the campaigning. When they talk about his statutory declaration.
Him alone, you know, him and his wife, because Mr. Part where she denied him to speak about the status.
Yes.
She tried to scold him.
Yes.
About that in order to turn off his mic. And here when Dr. Dayton say, if you don't think me not gonna ask for a question, I'm gonna make a sad mistake.
Right.
So them a carry feelings.
Yes.
Feelings. Them a act like some little picnic.
Yes.
You understand? These grown adults. You
Mm.
understand?
Damn.
You as a prime minister in the parliament, I tell this big man him to shut up and use a bully.
No, but after you tell him to shut up, you're labeling him as a bully. You're the bully.
Exactly.
I didn't know that particular detail, you know. And I was laughing. I reacted to an Isabel Rose post. And I was laughing. I said, Andrew Owen is calling somebody a bully? Man, you can't make this up, bro. Ain't no way. This man, the bully, is calling somebody a bully. In bully and bulldoze the people in house, down at the place.
Mr. Dakin said to him,
and
what are you?
Yes, exactly, because he is a bully. He is a bully. And now he's allegedly going to bully the people of party off of their land. So who is the bully?
Exactly.
Who is the bully? Your actions.
The land is not good for the people, but it's good for them.
It's good for the tourists, man. It's good for the investors.
It's really, like I'm telling you straight up, I am furious.
Of course.
I am furious to know that as a born Jamaican, you understand? You know, uno say uno leader, you know, uno represent the people vote for uno. Uno look like we, majority of the people in this country, uno look like we. And uno say uno run things, and uno come go on like uno worse than the colonial masters.
Thank you. There you go.
Uno worse than the colonial masters.
That's why I was incensed when they attacked Mark Golding's color, because I'm saying, I mean, when you look at the history of the slave trade, not all white people were in agreement with this thing. And I'm not defending them, but you have to put it into context. What them call the Underground Railroad. There were a lot of white people helping the blacks them to be free from slavery.
In the context of Jamaica we are talking about right now. You understand?
Yes.
In the context of Jamaica right now, what me I say is this, right? We claim that we fought against colonialism in Jamaica.
Yes.
We fought that we got independent, so-called.
Right? Yes.
Right? And then now on the show, no want to run things because you're not capable of doing it. Right? And you get the opportunity to run it. If anything, to reverse some of the things that was done in the colonial time. If you give the people them back land, if you give them land for compensation. You understand?
Yes.
When you come talk about squatter land, the whole of Jamaica is squatter land.
I am in total agreement that Mr. Lowton Cousins recently put out a statement. No, well, he was at a PMP press conference in his constituency, and he mentioned that. He said, "How dare the Prime Minister call people squatters?" Right? And he mentioned that history of it all. And when you look at the PMP's manifesto, Mr. Lowton Cousins' presentation leading up to the general election, that was a big part of the plans of the PMP. I told people that it would have been the greatest transfer of wealth from the government to poor people.
Exactly.
The land titling that they were going to do, the housing for teachers, police, young people, giving the grant of $500,000. I mean, come on, bro. Up front to pay for a house.
This is why them thief it.
Yes.
They knew exactly what was going to happen for the poor Jamaicans and the middle class Jamaicans or whatever. And they don't want that.
Yes.
They want it all for themselves, for their elite friends, because they're greedy and selfish.
Yes, that's a fact.
I'm so upset, I'm telling you.
That's a fact.
I'm really, really upset.
Yes, that's a fact. But the people don't choose policies, they choose KFC and $5,000 and
thinking of the future, the children,
yes.
The children. When they go and suffer for what they do.
Them currently are suffer right now.
Remember me telling you.
Them currently are suffer right now.
Unbelievable.
It is sad. It is very, very sad. But them have a saying in Jamaica, if you can't hear, you have to go feel. And in America, they say hard days make a soft ass. So either way, it's gonna burn, ladies and gentlemen, and it's burning right now. It's burning right now. Can you believe that Horace Chang stood up there and lied to the people and said that I think a two lie tell. One, we didn't initiate it as the Jamaicans. But then in the same press conference, he said it is there. He said nobody never initiated. It was just them just come together and just discuss. And I'm like, bro, common sense will tell you that somebody had to initiate the conversation about the thing. That's is either you or the USA. And then afterwards now, him tell lie upon the USA and say it's their problem. So obviously they are the ones that initiated it. So the man lying in space at 10 minutes, 5 minutes at the press conference and asked one question. The man blotted through two lies. It was just the two of us, and we come together, and then it's their problem, and them are the one. I said, I couldn't believe. I said, this is not easy.
Yeah, because them have us as daft.
You understand? So disrespectful.
People. So they just tell us
anything.
The pathological liars they are in front of our faces, and we must just accept that.
Yes.
It's a new time and space we're living in now.
Digital age.
We're not doing that again.
You
understand?
Yes.
And even if we don't know simple things, we can go to the information and ask the questions, and they will give it to us.
Yes.
We can't fool we no more.
Yes. But you see, Andrew Whaetley though, 164 million, brother. So the PMP did a great job today. They explained the equation of illicit or them come by illicit enrichment, and they also let the public know that the standard that the Integrity Commission uses is an international standard, and that is important because the Integrity Commission comes under a lot of attack. Some of it warranted, but some of it is definitely out of the ballpark, just crazy, especially when it's coming from the Jamaica Labour Party side. You understand? And
I'm gonna come out of your box and put me in the comment. Put up Alver because I want to hear a different perspective.
Okay. He's here? Oh my God. All right, cool. Me never did realize, you know.
Or you can keep me.
Yeah, no, man. I like to keep it here, baby. Birthday girl. Alvaro, we had dealing.
Pick up yourself, Alver.
Yeah, man. So we want to know how when we did breaking news of the agreement, I was telling a lie.
So that them say a lie, you wanna tell?
Yeah, man. But I think when we say that come to see a truth.
Oh boy, they never learn. When
RG Marks did go America in a March, what did they tell RG Marks?
But that are the same thing Mark Golding brought up in the press conference earlier, you know? That meeting there, when she go in a march. Yeah.
What did Rubio say in April about these same people?
Yes.
It's not keeping them there, you have to find somewhere to dump them. And they will not enter back there. That means they have no legal status, and you don't show them when they get involved in a after, during, or whatever time period. So now, the problem what we have now, Dr. Chang tell us many lies. Dr. Chang said 25 and the Gleaner was lying. Then on the 16th in the press conference, must do a Montego Bay, a seminar. He said between 25 to 50. So if Gleaner says more than 25, is it that between 25 to 50 is not more than 25? I don't know, me man's not right, or it just doesn't make no sense. Then he come now and say, a United States initiated, but this makes sense. The immigrants of the United States want to dump, or whatever persons or people, and whatever their conditionality is. Why they not approach Jamaica? And they have Mexico over there, so they have various places where America country. Why are you they approach?
Exactly.
So how they not approach if you get your doctor and a nurse? They approach if you get people.
But do you know, sorry, I don't mean to cut you. When I asked ChatGPT, where are these people now? Where are they? Do you know where they are? The people that they want to send here, they're in their facilities in the United States at the border. They're in their. It's not like they're free people walking around. They're in the.
No, people look up in a hand. Exactly. We only get to them there. We only get to them. And then people must send come. And people lock up some of them maybe do things, some do not know.
The next thing I found out is that these people can also apply for asylum.
Yeah.
No man,
Dr. Chang established that, man. He established that.
To house them, right? I know. They're going to be free to move around in the society.
Yeah. That's all of that. They can move around as they want. I think there's something key again. When they apply for asylum, the number reduce. They no longer count as being a part of the mission.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if they were all right, so if the process, one other key thing that he said, if the process of them applying to become a Jamaican citizen doesn't fall through, then we have to deport them, and it's gonna cost us, the taxpayers, to deport them to where them come from.
I am telling you.
Madness. Absolute madness.
No uncertainty. Any amount of them people that come, majority of them not going back.
First of all, they not even know where some of them come from.
Them know all of that, man. Well, them have some type of detail about them. But then, alright, so hold on now.
Wait.
Hold on.
Let them know where them come from. Why they can't send them back to where they come from?
No man, no so good deal break already.
No, listen, Wiz. Listen. The people them don't want to go back where them come from.
They can't go back.
They don't want to. You understand? So the USA facilitate them to go to other places. Right? But the thing about it is, one other key thing where we have to understand. The persons where them have at the border, where's their criminal record from where they're coming from?
They don't do the proper checks and balance for some of the people.
No, but how them are going to do proper checks? These people are people probably not right documentation, brother. Think about what me I say now. I can murder the man I can't come in, bro. And grape is, you know.
The next thing I got me, you know. The next thing I got is that what people need to know. When RG Marks, we can check in our observer or glean or on the internet. When RG Marks was ambassador, RG Marks said there is 4,000 to 15,000 Jamaicans. Eyes up and then name we deport them at Jamaica. And it is sent to the Jamaican government so they know them already. So if she know that, the only possible person could have break that information or enter in that agreement is much RG Marks.
And she do it.
She would have been there a long time ago. But what they're not going to tell you, only say key ministry they said with it. I don't know if you analyze what I'm going on. Officer Prime Minister, so him give you go ahead. Ministry of Foreign Affairs guys that deal between two countries. Ministry of National Security guys that deal with security concern. But why the Ministry of Finance is involved with money not involved? If you not get money, where Ministry of Finance are involved for?
Very interesting. Very interesting, my brother. Mighty God.
Just go and check the third world nation. The people that we talk about against. Each country get an average of 44 million US.
But here one next thing. Here one next thing where that was said by Horace Chang that piqued my interest. Horace Chang saying at the press conference, not Parliament, no, at the press conference before Parliament, that he would rather those persons be skilled individuals. I said, wait a minute. When I look people put in our workforce.
No, hold on, let me ask you a question. Stop right there, so. Go back to the 17th of April when Andrew let's go to New York at that dinner with the now CEO of NARA. What kind of person Andrew let's say want import in Jamaica? Skilled labor, because Jamaica short of skilled labor people.
They've been saying this for a while now, Alvera.
Mighty God. Mighty God.
There are people who come and get permit.
Absolutely right.
Mighty God. Sydney, what go on? Right?
Good afternoon.
Big up yourself, General.
Yeah. Now say, why you know what shocked me more about is a whistleblower. I feel bust this thing here. No whistleblower. No whistleblower. All this information broke in Jamaica government can't tell a lie. And attaché at the embassy work, they're not going to make their name published and a garbage, so then give somebody have to clean the information.
Yeah.
How did they clean the US tape this morning? Mr. RG Marks.
Yeah.
Let me say no public information. Right. Well, me that call that they set up their whistleblower still, you know? Because
somebody on my live said Rubio in a video said they're the worst criminals and they want them out of America.
27 April he said.
Mighty God.
No, but all right. What we can do is stop it.
There's nothing we can do. They are the government, and this is what the people them have vote for Labour Right September 3rd, and this them vote for.
Money run already,
of course.
We can't cause one disruption and stop this. So we are the Sydney, better you calm yourself, because this is going to lock you up and let out the people.
And not lock up alone. And Jonas just want one reason to analyze people right now with the police force. You remember good.
So what you have a disruption we don't know about?
Yeah, they have a remember Mark is asking for the MO what's it called?
They not release that in public, man.
They're not gonna release the full details.
Only way you get it, you have to wait, like say, a month in the US, you can WikiLeaks tape, all the full details of it. But they not tell you, they don't have the full details that you can't get access to it. When you come inside the public, I surprise, you know. That's why we have to go do something. Something have to do. No, we, you know. All we have to enjoy third term with the people. We're not
The only thing we can do is ask the question.
Woo! Hey, Alvaro.
Get some accountability and some answers.
No, Alvaro, the only thing we can do is enjoy the third term. Mighty God.
Alvaro, listen this now. They said people of America, the citizens of America, when things go on wrong, they don't still answer them again, don't know. Not true.
Yeah, because you see, the thing is, Mr. Sidney, the difference between America and Jamaica, they respect the people's democratic rights over there, so people can protest and stuff. In Jamaica, they don't do that here. They will send out them police officers to come and
soldier, yeah.
No, but
yeah.
we do it already. We started, so we do it in the gas. No, we then do it at the gas riot, and we do it when Porsche say when they used to put
a different time I know, Sydney. Different time I know.
Well, I know my lifetime. I mean, no, me that I said we. I mean, no whole. Me that I said we. So no, like say, I know the fact.
Not saying that you can't.
No, we're not say that. We're not say that, Sydney.
If you're going to do it, just remember, say you're going out to be prepared for the consequence.
All right. So let's have a protest, Sydney.
Hold on,
Mr.
If you're willing to accept the consequences of it, you know, you understand? But there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of people are more, what do they call it? More, what they think, where they give up their life for their cause. You understand?
So yeah, because young people, me don't like border, me don't like the peaceful demonstration at that department, you know, that the peaceful, no call me. See, I'll tell you a thing. Sometimes you have to operate outside of ignorance, you know, you have to use skillful ways.
Sure. I totally agree.
I'll show you a thing now. Dr. Chang put himself in a trouble, you know. And that's why US State Department gave tape, you know. Why? Dr. Chang said it was the US approached them. And it wasn't them in Jamaican government, no war them people and them have clean record. Alright, good. Nothing that US said that. We don't have the details of it. Now, emerged say it's Arjimax initiated. So we're going to ask you a question now, Sydney. You think Arjimax jump on a plane, go to America, go initiate it and told us no?
You're mad. Mad. Every one of them know what go on.
We are them, we never vote for them, and thousands of people never vote for them, so we told for them. Sydney, what I say to you, when you go there, go make up nice or go block road. What are you blocking road for? You don't know the full details of this deal. The deal state, these people will be collecting money for payment or rent or which part of them are going to live. That means the government already work out with whoever house them, where them are going to live at what cost, what community. No matter if he said I'm going to mix up and get with me, you know. No matter if he said I'm going to live, you know. Oh, we can tell you. Refugees are foreign make more money than people who are allowed for the work.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes, if I tell you, sometimes I wish me did young again like them days, you know. God knows Bible know, I mean, I talk from my heart. I wish me in my 30s and everything. World 40s and something like that. I wish me when at them time, they know, you know. Because them foolish, you know, say me want to go do it, but enough for me.
Yeah, that me I tell you, Sydney, we have to unite the people in the United, Sydney.
Would not mean a man.
People in the United.
Well, me I try to explain to you how you feel to understand, how you feel to get in your brain. Let's say a whistleblower never give that information. Will you know that today?
No, you wouldn't know.
No, alright, great. If the whistleblower, if the person going to agreement never can tell lie, will the other agree party provide information to say that the man went clear to say to support the whistleblower argument? No, but that make it more exactly. That means what will happen now is that when we go to parliamentary operation different, we now go walk out, we now go lift up the maze, we reach for the right to the parliament. In normal procedure, we need this and parliament cannot continue. We wish not to participate, we need the full detail. You know, I'm going to make up a nice, you know.
Speaking about that to Alvaro, you notice that when I try to irritate the PMP to walk out, and you notice the PMP they say, no, we're not walking out. We're not walking out. We can't trick with. Son, always, you can't use ignorance all the time, as you say. You have to be very tactful.
You have to be tactful. Like you see press conference that keep today now.
Yes.
You have brush, you have brush inside. You notice it question a nationwide can ask.
Yeah, man. Them are germs, man.
But ask yourself this. Who is the liar AW? How did AW reach in the parliament?
Good question.
And the same situation in my Darrell Vaz with US citizenship. I feel the 14 million going up. I may say to you, sir, AW will not contest the facts on the table. Because the facts on the table is Andrew Whaetley was a lecturer by the University of the West Indies. Andrew Whaetley leave his lecturer job, go turn accounts, which is 10 times less income you earn. That make any sense to you?
No, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. And then him income start to spiral through the roof. No, that don't make no sense.
Ask yourself our next question again. Which part is in byland?
I don't remember. Some estate place. I don't remember.
Check in the report of 2024, the final ruling where Mr. Oldness had some land and developing a house. If it's not the same place.
We'll
go and check it on the same place.
I know you're going to do a video.
And I'm going to show you something, people, that this thing. Which part do you want to say, bro?
Cumberland Road, Spanish Town.
Which part Whaetley come from?
No, I see a place, I believe. I see a place, I believe.
But no, what you ask is which party man govern? Which party is
The MP for.
Yeah. What do you do that? No. Alright, so since I know where parish, I mean where they come from. When the allegation of Whaetley should have been charged on a petrol job, did Andrew Wallace call Whaetley and put him back in the parliament for 7 years?
Yeah.
Then, no, he's to be charged and move him. But when the allegation was against his name and he never been charged, you take him out. That make any sense to you?
And this is a more serious charge.
They will ask you again. That make any sense to you?
No, it don't make no sense.
Alright, they will ask you the next question again. What kind of business Whaetley now?
Top of the screen, people. The top of the screen.
Yeah, man, no, go on good. We're not even send no gift. Oh, I'm doing it.
What kind of business Whaetley? Okay. We piece of land below Andrew Wallace's house. But they put the land and own the gas station. No, you don't. I know Andrew Wallace they own it.
Hey, brother. As I talk about gas station, me never know say man own one gas station, my general. Yardman gas station.
No one, many.
Mighty God.
Ask yourself this question. In 2021, Tufton come out with national TV and tell me say his salary is receiving now. Can't send his son at university or foreign and he can't take care of his expense. By any chance, Christopher Tufton can go and declare him no one's on gas station.
Mighty God. So, all right. So, hold on. Me I listen to Ed Boy do a video on my channel, Zane, and him say there's certain gas station where I get sweet deal on gas prices. They need to do an audit on that our investigation.
Well, before you reach a gas station and audit.
Yeah, they need to do an audit on that.
When we have a problem now at a scrap metal place, who was the man in the scrap metal?
This is go tall man, you want to get man. You sit at the car.
I know Danville Walker.
Yeah man, Danville Walker.
Mighty God, the name gonna.
When we have a problem now at EOJ, who was the problem there? Danville Walker?
Jesus have mercy. Father God, we in a trouble.
Had the problem with the school buses.
Yes, it was a part. Oh my God, bro.
Journalists are waste of time. By information, we show people they must have journalists show them.
Wow.
Journalists are waste of time.
Wow.
Waste of time and they get them paid. They get them money, you know.
I say them get me, I say them look for surface information. They can't go surface questions.
Before you not get up here, you can't dig up them mess up there. They want to them.
Me? You see?
Somebody is out there at the warship, the watch, you know. Which warship?
What?
Yeah, man. You never know, say, your Uncle Benji, they can't turn up, you know.
Might be friendship there, you know. Why?
Yeah, man, Uncle Ship, I remember say something come down on Cuba there, so Uncle now be ship up in face this side of the
Who that? Who that?
The Russia and China, they are Cuba, man.
Yeah, man, we ship.
So what kind of ship they say they are Ochi?
No, America. America.
Not the one if we had them, person, what is his name?
America type of thing, they don't know.
Yeah, man. The one over, the big one, what I see them. What a international water and one different.
I'm going to say this too, no? I'm going to make all of take over a program. I don't argue too much one time. When the ship came the 1st of June, right?
Yeah.
Go and do a check on the State Department website or Uncle Up North True Social page. What did he say about the 3rd of June? Why he came 100 miles off the coast of the place down which part Russia and China they know. Go and check what him said.
Tell me the man.
Him said that's why he gets so close to your intelligence. So you make them a boo you tell you no foolish but man come and this, that, okay.
That's why I'm still not satisfied with the question what we have done on one side.
What that?
What we can do.
Sydney, you can't do anything.
You're not satisfied with that. That we can have a chance to you have at least half of Jamaica. You agree with it, at least half.
But Sydney,
No, Sydney, you can't say that because people are not sure that. If half of Jamaica never agree with it, then would I get up off of the ass and make their voices be heard. The people in quiet Sydney, the people in straight Sydney. You understand?
First thing we call the people and they don't know what is where. They don't know where we are getting. We just hear bits and pieces and information that come from all different corners.
Mm-hmm.
So we remember in time after election run everything PNP to Jamaica Labour Party carried a press conference with Tufton and Camilla Johnson and Miss Dixon. They explain. So they can't go explain this. Then at the same time, this one point. Right now, when PNP is right now, garbage too, when they get there, PNP only can't talk, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they must have put pen to paper, you know, where they can.
Yeah, that's all, yeah.
Answer yourself this now. Me have given another gem. So there's a deal, we entered agreement last week. Then Dr. Chang said the 16-hour man to go to the conference. We are negotiating. And by yesterday, a deal signed. That making any sense to you?
No.
How a deal signed? But yeah, negotiated term. They
No.
can negotiate terms that they put pen to paper.
All the way when I say in a press conference at gibberish. Then totally get thrown off guard and then just come for. One I time me hear what she name, Dana Morris Dixon, glad say one of the journalists then ask him no question. You understand?
And me can tell us is it tip of iceberg this to what's to come.
To what is to, yeah.
I guess what go on, when you collect, you know, me tell you, so then donation money they want to get. Nobody don't give people money like that condition. If I have free money, they have to verify say people them get it. Or if you know free, conditions apply.
Yes.
The government explain to you what is the condition apply.
No, they're not going to mention certain things. They're not going to mention certain things.
It's a tricky government, yeah, fully tricky. Because Dina Morris, what's your name? Not Dina Morris, the one that was the former ambassador, what's her name?
Audrey Marks.
And after him take her from that position, him put him cousin, according to whatever say him cousin, I don't know, the brother there, the former commissioner of police. Look at the people that you notice that he's using to do his bid. And now that gentleman is no longer the ambassador. Who's the new ambassador?
No name that yet.
And that me I say, we don't know.
He's
going to be running the
I must Andrew the ambassador, because Andrew have only proposed, you know.
I don't know nobody far I get him, and somebody same place.
Yo!
When you say all this happen right now, then good day move back all the marks, you know.
Hold on now. Why they not make Marlon Morgan the ambassador?
You mad man, you go make somebody with intelligence you can't know it. You can't send the media go chat for you.
Marlon Morgan, how you feel? Because I know you watch me one time. You know? I come across the video them, you know, I see him pop up one day, I just block him. How you feel, Marlon Morgan?
What's the name of the gentleman that was he just took from the ambassador position and gave him to
Major Anderson.
Yeah. He was the former commissioner, right?
I'm special advisor to Anjola, security advisor to Anjola.
Yo, that about my name Anthony Anderson. You know that's the first time that position was created, and nobody else has gotten the position. No one I know. Andrew Wallace literally created a position for his cousin allegedly or his friend, right? And then when he lost the position, nobody else was appointed in that position.
Remember saying no, Anthony Anderson retired no, man left him go rest you know. Rakimi retired no, and the man go back for him man them you know. The man say no and so them think they work you know. Okay.
Wow.
You see every big spot that state a military man controlling.
Yes. The positions and Mr. As I talk about that, you know, Mr. Kenneth Russell mentioned something in his speech. All of these failed JLP members that lost in the election have gotten positions in which entity?
George Wright can't read properly and I'm a chairman for National Rec Agency.
Remember say they have that be nice. Remember say they have one Indian mayor. Can't read and can't do nothing. Down at St. Thomas. Can't read.
If you have Poland can't check it out. He said not do so well in a maths and matrix. So come on, me tell you. Oh boy.
Jamaica is an absolute disgrace. I mean 100%. I am ashamed.
Boy, I'm not ashamed. I'm
shame.
Result look out. I'm not ashamed. When people give them good manifesto and good policy, they say no, them are sitting here can't work out. So carry them, them are something I like say, and them are result. I feel no way about it. I don't feel no way. I love my parents. You have good work.
No, I'm saying to Mr. Mark Golden, because you're a very smart man, don't let them get away with it in terms of when them do them, you know what I mean? Let the Jamaican people aware of what they're up to. Them cannot say that you never ask the proper questions and you never ask them for the accountability and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah. No man, the PMP.
You can do because you're not the government. You're not the ruling government.
No, the PMP on point, man. Them on point.
And that's what he's doing. All them 6-7 questions that he asked yesterday in Parliament, they're very important questions.
Mm-hmm.
They're being documented. They can't say that they never asked the question.
One thing people have to understand, when the JLP go and do a press conference, there's more weight when the questions are asked in Parliament and they're on the Hansard and on record. So even though they might have watched the JLP answer the question in a press conference, they have to ask them in a Parliament. That is the responsibility of the opposition to make sure so they have them on record on the Hansard. You see me? And that enough people have to understand. Real talk.
What's up with the Speaker of the House? Why is she so strict with the standing order? You understand?
I mean, no, there's not. Let me tell you, Quiz, sorry to cut you out, but there's nothing wrong with being strict, you know. But make sure it's on the two sides of the aisle. You understand what I'm dealing with? Because
I do understand, but she make it like as if there's no. She gives no leeway. She just
no, she only strict for the PMP. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. So
that's it.
It is obvious that she's deliberately doing that.
Right. Absolutely.
Like
right.
Yesterday, what she did to MP
Listen, Dayton Campbell. No, listen.
The way she talked to the virgin from up in a Linstead there. You're not paying attention to the questions that already asked, and that was already asked. Well, it's your tone.
No, but listen. You see, she's majoring in the minor, you know. Because if she just allow the man to ask the question, even if them repeat one question, it's fine. The time would have done. But when you go interrupt them and there's a back and forth, you're wasting our time and everybody else's time watching the parliament. So people become disinterested. I just believe it's a way to aggravate the PMP, right? And the other thing too. When her husband said, tell Dayton Campbell to shut up, why didn't she say to him, no, you're out of our... And he did it twice.
Hold on a second. Somebody said, Chris Lee said, bro, me live in Eastern Westmoreland and believe you me, Mr. Campbell don't do nothing for us. What do you mean do nothing? What you mean?
First thing you have to ask. What do you mean? What that person...
Ignore that, please. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Brother, all you have to do, Wiz.
Sometimes people are not aware because sometimes people feel like say because they voted for you, they're obligated to come and do everything for you.
Listen to me, Wiz. The argument is already disqualified. The man is the one that said adopt a family program, right? And he has gotten persons' houses through that adopt the family. So when somebody come and say he has not done nothing, that is a labor right. That is nonsense. It's nonsense. All right? Straight up. Straight up. Later, bro.
I think I'm going to say Bolo and lady. We can understand because somebody not there behind jail. And like them a pressure the mayor. The mayor said, Mary, I'm going to clean up the town and wash up the place and clean the drain and do everything. Here comes the brother now. Come on a big straight, go fix road, go do that and but up himself, gonna tell him and some word and rare and argument did know.
Yo, listen. I the same thing again in Sydney. I same thing again in nonsense. A JLP in a power. And you come in a parliament and tell everybody say MP don't get money to fix road.
Yes, well I don't know. That's the part of my problem, you know. My problem is listening to what the brother said. The brother said, if you will step to me and come shoot fire shot in my town. And that the brother says, so that is something there, you know, brother. Right? It's a threatening word that the man saying that we go find the gun. He's supposed to put behind bars and we want the gun and they shoot them. It's a politician. The man said, if you didn't touch me, or you didn't move away, man, they come fire shot in my town. Some don't know how that when they're behind bars and you say I don't know it's too big, too loud, they come for you. And after man go say that thing like that, I'm here to hush. What happened this up?
Okay? Thanks for having me.
Alright, my darling, big up yourself. Yes.
How come something like that the brother come in I told remember you threaten the people in our day, everybody you threaten this, you know. And you say you go for a shot, boy you in I told and the man go for a shot in there.
Well, me never they have an interview for Andre Stevens' show last night. I haven't gotten an opportunity to listen it. You understand?
Yes.
But yeah, about Dr. Dayton Campbell, his contribution to Eastern Portland is there's no question about it. I'm not entertaining nobody that is gonna tell me that Dr. Dayton Campbell has done nothing for Eastern Portland. Eastern Westmoreland, sorry. That's nonsense. The man literally said to the PMP, yo, listen, I can't be the general secretary because of this crisis. He stood there in the community with the people. You understand? With limited resources on the ground, doing the best that he can. So nobody don't tell me that foolishness. Rubbish. Alright, I'm not entertain nobody on my platform where tell me that. Obviously, you can't go help everybody, duh. So if you're talking about yourself personally, that's you. But collectively, there's no way you can tell me that. I have seen the evidence of him. Many evidence of him. We can go up on his Instagram right now. You understand? From them time that you know all the things that he has done. He has represented the people in Parliament. You understand? There's no question about what the man has done. But back to the mayor. The mayor cleaning the drains. You can't, somebody said it, you cannot fix road in a hurricane season, brother. So you know so that I want done, so I want never right. Hold on, Saturday I call. Go ahead, Saturday, talk your mind, darling.
I'm pissed off. I'm so mad. Bolo.
Yes, go ahead, speak. I have to mute the mic because it's going to revert.
What Andre did to a country? Seriously now. Isn't there any way you guys can do anything around this man? Like, can you get him out? Well, can't come up with this poison?
Boy,
listen, what Mr. Andrew do to Jamaica, I want to come down there to do my business. And like I said, right now, I can't move because it's like this man, and in parasitic behavior. They mash up the place. I want a different kind of thing in the Dutch people mind, you know. I don't understand what's going on. None of this is making sense. And nobody's getting up and doing everything. Everybody just come on social media and talk. And nobody's saying, let's correct this man.
Well, you have a chance.
It's hideous what he's doing. You can't hear me?
No.
I don't know, man. I'm at a level where I just want to just freak out. I want to freak right out.
Does that make you talk?
I don't know. This is not right. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead, darling. I'm allowing you to speak because I can't back up.
Yeah, man. This man is a parasite on the land. And these people that he's bringing in. Rubio sat down. Andre just played the video. Rubio's sitting there and Rubio is like, these people are the worst. He said we want them out of our country because they're rapists and they're sex offenders. Like they basically saying he don't care what nobody thinks. This is who they are, and he don't want them in his country. And he's sending them off to I'm so angry I can't even think straight right now. Different places, basically. So he want all these people off of their chests, right? Want to take them and clear up America, make America clean and nice. But you know, if you take them and Jamaica cannot manage the parasites, them are down there already, they get trouble. Let me tell you something. You see when that man reach down there, all the police them gonna kill off down there. So make them keep on with, you know, notice from them talk about these people that come down there, so all the police them calm the police, because you know see what they come at Jamaica. All Andre do is try to get 10,000 votes for coming. When you see the setting what they going on there with Andrew, and that you see, hey.
Oh, she's pissed. Boy, Saturday is
This is so wrong in every freaking way possible. In every way you can set and think it's wrong. Mm-hmm. And nobody is making this, you know, like, it should be mind-blowing to all you people living on the land. Mm-hmm. Look how beautiful Jamaica is. Most people, when I've been in Jamaica, and I realize when I come down there, most of the people don't move about Jamaica to see the beauty what they live on, you know. When you go around Jamaica in a different way, Jamaica is beautiful. So I don't understand. I don't live around so much beauty and I not protect it. Coming on social media, talking is not doing nothing for none of y'all. This gotta change. We come and we talk and say you guys gotta get up and nobody's doing nothing. I don't know if for KMC, I don't know if for opium, I don't know, but everybody's just quiet. And this quietness is devastating the land of God. This is God's property. And everybody just sits here. I'm pissed off now. It's crazy what I'm watching. It's not normal.
hold it down, Sassy. My God. She says she up on a different level right now. Me and we talk privately, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She a cry Jamaica. I don't want her. I don't want her to cry on the platform. And she lives in Canada, you know. You understand? But I mean, Virgin, Marvin Edgar go out there what they are. Want to see support to him get minimal. JLP people all laugh off fight. You understand what I deal with? So at the end of the day, as collectively as a people, yeah, we are the problem. We are the problem.
I don't want them come here and behave themselves, you know. That's the truth. I don't want the refugees them come here and behave themselves. Because since you can't do about it, you don't come do what you have to do. You don't want to behave themselves neither. Don't behave yourself. Act behave yourself. Don't be no nice people. Make them see what want. After that they want.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that they want. Because I don't know how you can go approach people. America not even ask me. You jump up and approach them. I tell them so you will take them. Yeah? All the marks you just come here. Where you going, who is you? You're the America or embassy somewhere. Where you going to suck some money up thing and all that? Where you going to do that for, Jima? Yeah? Where you going to do that for? Yeah? We going to take him on them boat and carry him for a week for. That you can't jump and plane and go as you like. Anything start out here. Then just remember that talk here and just make up in my anything happen, you know. So me see if anything happen, brother. Me not try to face nothing again because everybody just a suck into it. So.
And that's the thing. Because alright, look back, there are so many things we people them go to the street for. Look at the situation with the oil price them. With the fuel price them, when you call it diesel. $10, $12 boop, right panic. Brother, for the other country, brother, whole high street them black. You see them there. When they announce it, you would have see people in a drones. I make the government know say I won't do. This can't work, you know. But Jamaican people selfish, bro. Selfish, and they are the spiritual they are the spiritual witchcraft still. That is a fact. And Sassy know that too. They are the heavy witch. All of them will take the KFC from JLP. All of them when they have the cow from Dalrymple. All of them will take the shirt them with the money. My pastor don't tell them already, you know. Them under spell. Heavy witchcraft. And that's why everybody has to take all of the nonsense and nothing. As simple as people want to see it. And as crazy as it might sound to some, them under heavy witchcraft. And that's why people them just take everything, bro. They might take everything.
Nobody can call to the Prime Minister. As you hope your mouth say, man, shut you up. But we cannot bully business. Maybe a Prime Minister. Take your criticism, especially when you're
no, but you see, the conflict of interest in Sydney are the facts and wife, they up at top there, you know.
Yeah.
So I hit him a puff up in chest now. I try to defend him wife. Cause she had the speaker. And Dr. Dayton Campbell say, yo, me have to ask my question. I wanna do.
Yeah.
I'm a constitutional right, and that is in the book, right? Me have to ask my question. I must be heard. So now, because Dr. Dayton Campbell wasn't, no, from what Dr. Dayton Campbell start become himself again, you know. Because you know, say after I storm, boy, that they knock him and see devastation and in there with the people. Them. But if you notice, we are get back Dr. Dayton Campbell now. Because they put him down in our shelf, you know. If you go on easy back for your time, you know. But right now, we are saying, doctor, who is you if you come talk to me? Me a big man, and my mother alone talk to me, so. You out order? I saw the man I stand up to them, speaker of the house and something now. Obviously, you still have to try to be respectful, but if you're met with disrespect, you have to put people in their place.
Well, and the young people, the young lady, them too. The young lady, them kick off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like when them kick off and get the man them hot up.
Yo, me say nobody can say the PMP is being passive. Big up yourself, Derval. Nobody can say the PMP is being passive. You understand? They might be diplomatic same way, but trust me, the fire burn hot.
Yes, man.
Fire burn hot, and they might represent the people them. So now the people them now, I only have to do the next part now, you know. So the rest of them for the group where they are go and protest. I want to lock up the what name? What that brother name? Governor General. Yeah. Derval, he did that, Derval. Cause I look like I did that, you know. Cause I see you did have a live. With the, like the rest of them I walk with you. I don't know if I see them rest of them. You see me?
The man them. What a face the dirty policeman that link up the man them. Handcuff them like say the man them are this. And you see the police come and say, me tell you to link them up, brother.
Exactly. He man never tell him to do that. Derval, come up, come tell me about that, Derval. Like how you did then. Come up, come give me the fullness of that situation there. Let me add you. Yeah, man. Yeah, Derval. Blessings, my general.
Blessing.
Good. How you doing, sir? How you doing? Hold on, Derval. How you doing? All right, good. So the protest with the group, the human rights group, the rest of them. What they go down today? Give me a sum.
First I must say, good afternoon, everybody, good afternoon. Thanks for having me. We was about to dropping off a letter to the Governor General to get him arrested of our constitutional rights. You understand? Because he's a Colombian and something, you understand? And we go and be police are shooting in the chest. Police are and say who are 300 meters away from King's House. You understand? 100 meters away is 300 meters from King's House. It's 300 meters from King's House, that 100 meters. And then they still walk we down, drive we down, them all push somebody and lick it back.
What?
Push gun in them chest. Yeah, push gun in them chest.
Mighty God.
Yeah.
So
to the Governor General.
So I was watching you and you were walking along the road at one point. What took place there? The Jeep was following you guys?
Yeah, follow us to the arbitrary station. And they want to impair them car.
Wow.
They follow us to the police station. Yeah.
So you say them beat some of the man them?
Yeah, shoot them back in them chest and put gun in them chest.
Put gun?
Yeah, in them chest.
So, but no. So hold on. Put a video all of that?
Yeah, all that video.
But a serious up this man. A serious legal situation is. Mighty God.
Them a walk me down and put video on them.
Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also, we get permit for my protest November the 10th. We get permit for the one for the walk. We get permit fee.
For when?
July the 10th, we get permit fee.
No, Mr. Paul Buchanan case I go on the 22nd. Still on, right?
22nd, Paul Buchanan case, I'll be in the courthouse with him. Still.
Hey, Patrick Ray, you say you want to ask one question. What you say, bro?
Bless up, Bolo. Respect. Uncle Sidney, man. Afternoon, good evening for me. The question I want to ask, with all of them corruption and them fine to be charged and all these things and this court business, where them keep on go to the court for struck out subsection, this and all of that need to change, you know. Them law they need to change, you know.
Yeah, but the law can't change with this government in a power.
That law need to stop. They need to cut that out because once you sticky finger and you're corrupted like that with sticky finger and you are found with questionable situation, they shouldn't encourage them to be boss chucking out nothing. You understand? That more say really, you know, all of them think they have real corruption in the brother.
Well, Andrew Onis can telling liar themselves do what them are doing. You know. That not really affect much, you know. He have a right to challenge and do all we want to do. Right? But the law is the law. And it is the court's duty. Well, I know it's the court's duty to uphold the law and observe the law as the law stands.
Yeah, there shouldn't be about the challenging the FID or whatever they might challenge. That's not right.
What we need is clear, you know, code of conduct that is mandatory for politicians to sign. So say for instance, Andrew Whaetley case will come up. Signing that mandatory code of conduct for the name come up in this, him have to remove himself. Based off you understand the code of conduct that him have a mandatory sign. So hold on. They can put those things in law. But this government not doing that, brother. You need a new government to establish those laws.
That's what I'm thinking, because at the end of the day, once them say you are a suspicion, you're under suspicion. They should remove them from them and interview them. And if them find to be fully charged, they should be behind bars.
No, well, listen. When you mix it up. The IC cannot charge anybody, you know. But they recommended him to be charged, and that recommendation go to the DPP. That alone is enough for him to remove himself. The charges are too serious.
Yeah.
You understand?
What I'm literally saying, Bolo, once he's been charged,
then you see they got a prisoner and pay $5 million.
No. Forget about $5 million.
No, man, that is the law. That is the law. I'm explaining the law to you.
If me are the judge, me no business about the law.
No, you can't do that. You talk about the public court of opinion. You understand? But when it comes to the law different. Carter might big up yourself.
15 years to 35 years, each of them are getting.
They need to put that in the law for true. They need to put that in the law. Remember saying other countries, you know, politicians, them would have like shoot them, you know. Yeah, they would have shoot them. Firing squad, disgrace. You feel me? I deal with in other countries. Well serious. Well serious.
All asset seize, everything take away from them.
$164 million the man can't explain. That means him have other money, you know. But he can't explain the 164 million, you know. I want to understand that, you know. Him have money when explaining, you know. But 164 million can't explain, you know, according to the Integrity Commission report, you know.
Yeah.
That is madness. That's dangerous.
They are criminals.
That's dangerous.
These are people who rob jewelry. Jewelry brings truck robbers. These guys, money truck robbers, bank robbers, that's what they are. They are real criminal, intelligent criminal. That's what they are, you know. Intelligent criminals.
Alright, my boss. Derval, you have anything else you want add, me Gene? Yeah, man, respect Pacha.
Hold on, the Derval. With the police, them doing that to you too, you know? I think those police break the law, you know. Because,
of course.
To be honest, we have human rights for protest. It's a part of your human right. So all this nonsense about what you call it, paperwork, where you're legal for protest, when they're supposed to can demonstrate without none of them bullshit with them serve for language.
No man, you're good man.
With all of them nonsense, so them but I guarantee you any money at that big nose, sweet pepper nose man. Bring out them rubbish. Look, Bolo, I don't call that man name because I'm not praising Satan. I'm telling you straight. If I have his photograph on my phone and I'm listening to some nonsense he's talking in my mom's house, she tell me to get out her house. She don't want to hear that demon voice in her house. This is not a joke.
That half real.
So
where's the Cardamite? Cardamite said the DPP will not prosecute it. I don't know how she will not.
Well, if that not happen,
if she not do that, me say it already. The entire island need to raise up immediately. Listen, the man them have Dennis Chang in the FID. We make that rock. Because as a country, we don't do nothing. A one protest go on. You understand? Him still there at the FID. Nobody never march go down there. You understand? Like down in office. I make him know say you have to go. No, me tell you, see other country. Yo, me I tell you, brother, when the public then seriously go upon you and pressure you, you have to come out the office, you know. Relentless.
Yeah.
Relentless. Peaceful protest. And I make you know say, brother, you have to lift up.
Don't charge him. Anyhow, they don't charge him. This is how you know that Jamaica is at his...
Jamaica done, man. Jamaica done.
Right through.
Done. Done.
May I tell you the truth? If me would have been a judge to even try these cases, 15 to 35 years, all assets seized from even in your next life, your asset will be seized.
Yeah. True. But member say, we'll see what happen with the DPP, because we are watching what going on, you know. Me we call them might say because the way the country corrupt, a lot of people are going to hold a view they were in hold. You know, it is what it is. But we are going to see what goes on, because it thing can't continue that way, brother. There has to be a breaking point. We just wait for the breaking point, you know.
Of course.
We just wait for the breaking point. Because no one person can do this. Now. Everybody have to rise up together and raise their voice in concert, brother. And I believe it's going to be spontaneous. I don't know what it's gonna be for the straw that break the camel back. I don't know what the straw is going to be. But the straw is coming.
That's breaking the camel back.
Yeah, the straw is coming.
It's about them people that were back here in Jamaica now. How do they know these people are not HIV people?
No, that's a good point. Last night we talked about that. The medical state of these people. It's not just HIV. Whole thing, the mental, exactly. Exactly.
How do they know that?
Exactly.
Them run got pick up alpha. Listen, America didn't offer it to them and them go do it and pick up the alpha, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did pick up that alpha, you know. America did not tell them, say, we need you to take these people. America didn't ask them for that.
Yo, when me see Jamaican people serious, Bolo is going to be right there beside you. You remember good.
Hold on. Stick a woolly pop in. You remember in the 90s when our school days, when them put must $10 on the gas?
Yeah.
And Eddie tell them, say, green shirt out. We don't know where them get all car from, all fridge, all this, tree limb, him and them burn down Jamaica almost a week. You remember?
Yes.
And that need to be happening in Jamaica right now. These are the things need to be happening. Trust me.
And look, that's what I'm saying. Look how them put $10 and $12 on diesel the other day. And everybody quiet.
Because these nasty labor right government, them no want to lose them visa. And that's them visa, them interested in, them not interested in the people in Jamaica.
Man.
They're not. They're not.
My side, we should have the 100,000 likes already with 262 on there. You know. We're not top of the screen, man.
You understand? You understand what I'm coming off of?
Yeah.
Really and truly remember when Eddie said, green shirt out, who was leading the charge? Eddie himself. And the people in my bun down Jamaica, you know.
That was super illegal still, you know.
I know that. But they look, let me explain this.
They should have locked him up, you know. They should have locked him up.
You see them nasty jail beer. I know that. But you see them nasty jail beer, them not care, you know, when them a riot or demonstrate, you know. A fight, you know. Peer fight. You understand? But anyway, Bolo, as we say, he shouldn't be on the judge panel. And 15 years to life, may I give them man. And I said, seize evil in their next life.
Yes.
Everything for seize, man. Them two damn thief.
True, man.
Bolo, we can answer the next question.
Yeah.
One last question, I'm gone. Uncle Sydney, I hope you're there, you know. The question I'm going to ask, you know. Was Jamaica willed to sweet pepper nose and him?
It appears to be. It appears to be. It appears so. It appears so. Because Nara essentially making me king.
Jamaica, no, before the Nara business me attack, it seems like it was willed to them. Like maybe grandfather or his mother or father did and will it and say, here is Jamaica, all the land belong to you and your Bigfoot wife. And that we want to know. And if then them will down a Portland side to the big ugly nose one. You know what I mean? Look, I don't call these people name, you know. I don't call them name because they're devils, they're devil worshippers. I'm gonna mix up with them thing there.
Yeah, man, unclean spirits.
They're unclean. Looking at the man, look, I don't even like looking at a photograph. And if, say for example, I'm on TikTok and I see the man photograph, I change it quick. Because the man looking deep in the man, you can see the demon in him.
For real, man. J Brand, big up. For real, man.
For real, man, honestly.
For real. Uncle Sydney, where I say? Man, ask a question, you know.
Ask a question. Come again, ask a question, Uncle Sydney. When me ask, I said, was Jamaica will to Lord forgive me, may I almost call him name. Father, please forgive me. I don't want to say. Did Jamaica will to this man?
Pepper nose. Pepper nose. Craven here. Craven here.
The people give him the authority. Because you can ask your man so we can give him 3 times sit down in there. You know, see every time you talk to him, he say, he get the man there the 3rd of September last year. And like this was what the people do it, so he look like he will to him for true. Because you can't tell me, say, alright, me agree, so them do the stealing in the election, but if he never get so much vote, he couldn't give so much better.
And the biggest thing in Sydney are the people who never come out come vote.
You know that me I say?
That are the biggest thing.
And then give me the right.
Yeah.
And then give him the right, you know, brother. And that is it.
That is it.
Look at the man, look what you know, say the man wicked. And you still tell me, say, good God, up ahead, man, you still don't have to make this man win back again. And win back, and not even 1 or 2 seats. 5 seats you have over you. 5. Yeah. That means every decision is not even 6. 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, you still can't get a vote. 4 6, you still have vote. More than you in the house. You know, say the people are stupid, man. You know the reason why I'm talking. I'm the president, you know the reason why I'm talking. PMP get 100,000 more new voter whenever vote, you know. And we're doing 14 for we 14 and we lose one, so people vote and vote for me. But if I never serve a man, we never think for say, man.
Listen, the real Prime Minister of Jamaica, you know, hold on, Durval. The real Prime Minister of Jamaica is Mark Jefferson Golden. That's the real Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Go through Durval. Durval a wait long time.
when we see after Monday, there'll be a new Jamaica after Monday because we know say Andrew is cannot and will not win Monday because when we know and when we see and we come to meeting this morning and when we observe and what come here, pick the Monday, a judgment.
Oh, you're talking about Paul Buchanan case?
Yeah.
Paul Buchanan is very confident as well. And he...
No doubt about it, Bolo. No doubt about it, Bolo.
Yeah, I'm very confident.
He's a whipping.
I'm very confident. And him say, well, I know, Paul Buchanan say, well, and Derval talk after. Me just want to interject and say this. Sexy K, what are you doing? Paul Buchanan say, if the courts don't do the right thing, Privy Council straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
I don't believe the people. I don't believe them all sit down and make their reputation go so. A Supreme Court is in a man. I don't like money before. And if you and this have open door and a closed door thing, so that's why I say them now go sit down and make him get rest up and reputation it at stake.
Yeah, but the law, as I understand it, is very clear, you know. There were multiple breaches, you know. Yeah. And you just need one. And they have testimonies. And you just need one. So that is it.
From him
one at a time. Mute yourself. Mute the other mic then.
The court got enough evidence. To know that this man here is. And there are three rulers. Two rulers in Jamaica, yeah. And one come down. You understand, to be in court on Monday. So people, if it's Monday, it's not going to put you Monday. And guess what? We are going to the court. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I'll straight Andrew is higher. So Monday not going to happen. Monday at the last day, you're not going to hear about the Buchanan case Monday. The last day. Monday, this after Monday, you have to call an early election. Remember me telling that. It's either early election or a by-election. One of the two. Yeah.
Once the judge do what he's supposed to do, he will no longer be the Prime Minister.
Yeah, man.
That's how we know.
Monday the 22 people will be live stream from outside. We can't go to the phone. We're gonna make one of my friends at the phone outside the live stream outside. When they will come out, me the Buchanan and Tika and the team talk to but will go to court. You understand?
Yeah.
And the 10 people of July, the Buchanan will be and the walk with me too. We're gonna walk at the commission police office, we're gonna walk with the situation as well. I need an answer about analyzing people with them analyze. You understand?
Right.
We got many more programs coming up too. We got many more projects to come too. We got one in October. That one day the plan yet. We got one in November too. That one the plan in November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, my general.
Monday at the judgment day Monday. Yeah.
All right.
So the question I'm still asking, so if he loses that court case, we're not calling him.
Yeah.
Right? So if he loses the case now finally, so what will be taking place?
Yeah. He must remove himself automatically. He will not be the Prime Minister anymore. Somebody in the JLP will have to take that post. That's gonna be a bangarang if that should happen because them not really united.
Corrupt so far, you know.
Well, no, it's not even that. Them not really united. There's people that want the post of Prime Minister that they not really support Andrew. They would love for Andrew left, but they can't talk. Or they choose not to speak. You understand? So that's gonna be a bangarang. And then there has to be an election. A re-election has to be done in that particular constituency with Andrew and Paul Buchanan. And then all the things that happened that caused the actual court case, them have to make sure it don't happen in that next election. So there will be a zoom focus on those things not happening.
But the thing is, those people are still there in Jamaica. They are in the office of Big Nose Man.
Oh, you mean the JLP?
Derval know me at all, man. The people them look like Jesus with blue eye, as what Derval used to call them. That's what Derval used to call them.
Yo, Jaja.
And look like Jesus, as what Derval used to call them. So they are still
but I mean, a one victory and a one battle at a time, you know. So, you know, if the court does the right thing, that's gonna be huge. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what the world is going to say, man? Huh?
When you lose up, the police then just come and say, you know what, enough of you, handcuff, because all of this meet the judge or your maker. That is a criminal offense. That's treason. You can't tell police force to analyze your citizen. That's a criminal offense.
Yeah, I mean, but the learned counsel, Isaac Buchanan, say, who is going to arrest their boss?
Hey, Bolo. We have moderator, yeah? I hope you are reading why name there.
I want one.
I want to know, I see something, vibes, kiss me teeth by with them every year. Something like that. No, watch the comment section, man.
No, man, vibes, I know, maybe I look upon the context I message wrong.
No,
probably.
she put the person at the top. Text first. Remember, Bolo are Christian, you know, man. Don't forget to the man are Christian as well, you know, man. You know, I'm not one of Christian. That's why when we did swear, we have to apologize fast.
Yeah, respect, man.
You know, Christian, I know she was replying to the person who do that nonsense, but that's what I asked me from my mother. Apologize. No, she apologized. No, man, I know what you're saying. I know she was replying to someone, but keep them.
No, I mean, I can't stop somebody from typing like that in the chat, really. I don't encourage it, but we can't stop them from do that. Yeah, you understand? I would hope that they're not. Usually the live is, you know, it clean, you know, in our comment section. Anybody who are unscrupulous, we just remove them. If you let me deal with. But me I go boogie still, you know. Any final words?
We did wrong here drama yesterday when this crazy one from over Liberate Life called herself Madam Speaker.
No, so hold on. The Liberate then still show their head pan it. They not ashamed.
Hold on, no man. Me I go get the drama. Yesterday she not say America sanction England. We have to go back and win and here.
America sanction England.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a possibility. Sanction them how? It's a possibility, you know.
Bolo, ask me again, no, brother.
No, it's a possibility, but what am I gonna do to England? England are really into America right now, no? It's not a state we are begging, you know. Them have allies overseas, you know. They can stand up on their own 2 foot. So what that I do?
We stand on our own legs.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
And we fight anywhere.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. England in attacks with China. England have good relationship with China. So I understand what they must say. What people need to understand is this. No disrespect to the United States, but they are not the empire of Earth.
Of the world, no more.
That particular power structure, they have in their own, because of their own sin, because Jamaica deal with for them sin, you know. Because God appoint to him one to appoint even nations and lift them up, you know. In their own sin, it will be them reproach. You understand? Them are going to falter because of it. Because of certain things that they have allowed in their culture. You feel? And that goes to every single nation. So where you have now, there's a separation of powers happening in the world, you know.
Yeah, man, the world
you feel me I say? Geopolitically. That's why, you know, America never really have them way with Iran. Because a whole heap of people stand off and say, no brother, what you do? You really do. You can't do that.
A war right now in Sentan, but somebody just takes it. There's a war in Sentan. Is that real thing? Or
What do you mean by that?
Because the ship in there, the ship there would change.
Well, that don't mean that there's a war in Sentan. Oh, warship, you see? Context. Yeah, warship. Yeah, warship. Yeah, we have to be careful, you know, because them things they can cause panic and emotional damage.
You get it from this morning. No, you get it from this morning. You get it from this morning. Yeah.
Anyway, gentlemen, me I go boogie, you know, because me there about 5 hours now. You see me I say, before you guys leave on TikTok, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. Just click on my face and the link is in the bio. For the videos that I do on YouTube, the lengthy ones, obviously the discussion, I'm usually live on YouTube at the same time and it's being recorded. So it's important for you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Alright? And I put out video uploads and you can share them for different topics and news and conversation.
The pastor's preaching this morning was wicked. I was listening to that one.
That a Pastor Peter Chambers?
Yes, man.
Yeah, I recorded it. I'm gonna post that too. 1 hour. Yeah, man, I'm gonna post that as well. But blessings, my people. The word is love. Thanks for the gifts. Thanks for the support. Derval, big up yourself. All the guests that came on. Wiz was the catalyst. Salute to you, Wiz. Clive. You understand? Everybody. Manners and respect. Look more. Zine. Big up. People, later ya Bolo VNR, whole heap of respect.